Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for episode 95 of the MeepleCore podcast, a bi-weekly podcast about board games, video games, music, and nerd culture. I am your host, Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple, and I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Eric Ledford and
George Breden.
In this episode, we give you our first impressions for the board games Nova Luna, Trial by Trolley, ShipShape, Trails of Tucana, and Belratti. We run through our top 5 favorite real-time games and much more. Intern Alexa, ask a random question.
Here's a question for you.
Oh.
What set of items could you buy that would make the cashier the most uncomfortable?
like a rope, a shovel, garbage bags,
a latex glove,
a whole lot of bullets.
A whole lot of bullets.
Acid.
Acid. Oh, man. I guess what store are we at?
All right.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I'm assuming like something like Walmart or Target.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess, you know, we're family friendly, but we're going to have to go with the latex and lube. Is that like...
Latex and lube. Tim went there.
Yeah. Man, that'd be funny. I couldn't do that. Even if like a prank, I couldn't be one of those pranksters who would do stuff like that and film it. Cause I get so awkward. I just watch those videos. I'm like, I'm cringing myself, you know?
Yeah. I don't even watch those videos.
Yeah. They're so dumb. Eric, what would you add? Or what would you buy?
So what's that? Shovel. Shovel and garbage bags and
Like carpet cleaner.
Yeah.
That'd be
maybe
awesome.
some new carpet.
You go in there looking like Dexter.
Yeah.
Same outfit and everything, and you just buy all the stuff he normally uses, trash bags. And so we're still in the coronavirus stuff. Everybody's quarantined. We've been playing tons of games. So on this episode, we are doing 5 games in only one topic. Obviously, some of these games are a little bit shorter, so that's why we added a few more. But before we get to all that, we have some news stuff that we'll get to. But before that, we're going to talk about what we've been up to since the last episode, which was probably not a whole lot, I would assume.
No.
Yeah. Let's start
work.
with George.
I'll go.
Oh, all right. Eric,
you go.
All right. Work. Okay, I'm done.
Work in the games we're talking about.
That's right.
What about you, George?
I've been trying to cut back on the collection. I've been trying to sell some games, get them out the door. And so I sold the game Unfair and its expansion.
Okay.
And I sold El Grande Decennial Edition because I love that game so much.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
should have kept that.
No. Let's see, what else did I sell? I sold something else.
You got to make a list and tell us, because that way, if you sell it, it's still technically around.
Did you want that game? Sorry.
No.
Okay.
No, I probably wouldn't have won either of those, actually.
Oh, and I sold Fast Sloths.
Oh, really?
And its expansion.
That's surprising.
Did you not like it, or have you played it?
No, Kat's got it. So
okay.
I can play her copy. You know.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But then I have this whole shelf of games that has been around for a very long time, and I haven't sold them. And I've started getting rid of some of them, like actually just getting rid of them.
Oh, yeah?
And putting them in the trash, unfortunately, because I know, because it's COVID season, so I'm not going to go somewhere and hand them to somebody. I can't even go donate them, really.
No, dude, you can bring them to my house and leave them in the garage I'll just leave them there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Plus, I think the virus only lasts like 4 or 5 days on paper, or maybe not even that.
Okay.
I think what they were saying is that even the cardboard boxes that Amazon ship, by the time they get to your house, the virus should already be dead.
Okay. Well, when I tell you some of the
Don't
titles...
quote me on this, anyone, but
I don't
saying.
I don't think you're going to want these. You know,
Right.
like, there are things like In a Pickle, that Game Right Game, In a Pickle.
Oh, yeah.
And a pickle's pretty
Those
bad.
are good prototyping cards, though. You can
But I have so many.
slide those behind some.
Yeah, I'm
paper.
taking the stuff out of them that I can, you know, but...
Yeah.
That was his 5th copy.
Who made the game Nitwit?
Wait.
My
Oh.
God, that's a bad game.
Is it
Is it?
really?
Yeah, and it's made by someone like super well known. Someone
for $1.
Oh well. Anyway, so that one I just didn't even bother trying to sell because I don't want to foist that on anyone. I'm sure there's someone who likes it, but I had some really old games like the games Sequence, you know.
Oh yeah.
Just like mass market stuff that I'm just like.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I don't even want it.
Which you probably. Did you cannibalize any of it? Because you always like to get game like in a pickle has a bunch of single words.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But I've got that covered. Yeah, with other stuff. Yeah, I did. I saved all the stuff out of things that I felt like I ought to
could
save.
Use. Yeah,
yeah. I threw out Octopus's Garden.
Oh, really?
And I kept the little pearls out of that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nitwit is made by Matt Leacock.
Right? You'd think
it's definitely made by a well-known designer.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Oh, those pieces in it look pretty decent.
Yeah, I kept those. Yeah.
Okay. So you kept all the pieces and you just threw away the box. And
I threw away Word on the Street, which is an okay, I guess, word game, but not great. And then let's see, what is it?
Yeah, Word on the Street has decent reviews. 6.6.
Yeah, it's not actually that bad. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
George is now the game killer. They should have like a micro badge on Boardgamegeek. How many games have you thrown away?
I really have to because I'm hitting the limit of storage and stuff like that. And I just really need to clear up some space, and it's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Nope. I get it.
I'm not throwing away Reef Encounter, or anything like that. I'm just, I'm just going through the stuff that I really don't need, and I don't think anyone else wants. If I had thought you guys wanted any of that, I definitely would have asked you.
Yeah.
Nope. That's cool.
So
what else? What else you been up to? Anything else?
Just work. I got a week left, and then it's summer break, so just getting through that. Yeah.
Online gaming.
Online gaming. Yeah, doing some of that for sure. We'll do more during summer.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But no, not a whole lot.
I haven't been up to I've been up to a lot. It's just a lot of one or two things.
Okay.
I've been playing a ton of Destiny 2. Obviously, I think I talked about it last time, but I've got the season pass and you can get up to level 100. I just hit 82.
So you're almost done.
I'm almost done.
82, no. What do we start at 75 though? Well, going into
your light level starts at 750, and that can go up to right now, I think 110, maybe higher because of this artifact thing you can get. But for the most part, it can go up to like 1010.
Okay.
Then you have the season level, which is a separate thing. You start off at level 1.
Wow.
So actually, I don't even think you start off at level 1. You start off at level 0, and every level you hit, you get an award or reward. It's cool that it comes with, since Eric just picked it up, it comes with it. And I don't think we have enough time. Maybe. I don't know. It might go faster with 2 people.
Yeah, like 32 more days or something.
That's true, but I played 90 hours,
He's almost done.
Well, no, 90 hours. Usually the later levels take a longer period of time. Unless
it seems actually get faster and faster. Because some of the rewards for the levels is you get extra percentage of experience for your fire team. But it might go faster with you because it's for your whole fire team. So I'm going to naturally give you like 12 or 15% extra experience because you're grouped with me.
Oh.
So that'll work out pretty well.
Right.
And then as long as you do one thing that I did not do, which probably would have saved a lot of time, is there's the little ghost. If you watch Destiny videos, you always have that little thing floating above your shoulder.
Right.
It's called a ghost. And there are some of them that will give you plus 10% experience for all activities. That includes the bounties that you complete that give you experience. So if I would have had that thing equipped the whole time, like I would have shaved 10% of my time off, which is, basically
9 hours.
Yeah, 9 hours at this point. So it's whatever. I've had a lot of fun. It's been really good. The other thing that I've been playing is this game on the iOS, and I think it's on Android as well. It's called Dragon Raja. This is the game I was showing you guys when we were playing games last time. Dude, it uses the Unreal Engine. So first off, it looks ridiculous for being a phone game.
Yes.
It's a battery killer.
Actually, no, it's not. That's so crazy.
It has to be.
So, do what?
I said it has to be.
I have played just over 3 hours, as the longest gaming session I've had, and my phone was slightly hot. Like
you just got a new battery.
No, I'm using a new phone. I'm using my iPhone 7 that I bought from some dude that I worked with. Not some dude. His name's David. But, he's probably like, what are you?
Some random.
Yeah, I'm never listening to this again. He sold me his old iPhone 7 because it was a plus version, and I had an iPhone 6S because I'm, in technology. I work in IT, so I have the latest and greatest. And that was a joke. But it only has 85% full charge, which my other phone said 84%, and I went and got its battery replaced. So my battery is like somewhat in the same position. It's not as bad, though, as my old phone, because it would totally just die fast. But this one, dude, anyway, the point is Dragon Raja doesn't kill your battery as much as I thought it would. And it runs really well on an iPhone 7. So the fact that it looks that good running on an older phone is insane. That just shows you the power of the Unreal Engine. And the gameplay is really cool. It basically is a MMO RPG, like the Asian anime style games, like the Japan or they call them JRPGs.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese game, but people call games like this like JRPGs. There's not as much grinding as the JRPGs would normally have. As a matter of fact, you get like a level percentage bonus for playing on a populated server, so you can fast track your way to the end game. If you choose a specific server, then you can actually level up a lot quicker, and they give you a lot of stuff. It basically is going to drive you to the end game pretty quickly anyway. I've only put like 5 hours into it. I'm like level 30. It goes pretty fast. And it's really good. The fact that this is free blows my mind. The amount of stuff that you do in the game and the amount of stuff that actually doesn't matter. Like, so far, sorry, what I was talking about was like the amount of stuff that's in the item store doesn't matter. It's mostly a cosmetic game.
Can you?
Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty good way to put it. Just like League of Legends, all that you buy from their store is cosmetic.
Exactly. It's not like a pay to win game where you can just buy the in-game stuff and be awesome.
Right.
Can you play together? Can you play with other people?
Oh yeah. It's totally like an MMO. So you can group up and do quests and everything. And it doesn't have autoplay, whereas a lot of MMOs on the phones do, where you would hit a button and a game just plays it for you, which is it's good and bad.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
So there's this type of game called an idle game that is very popular on phones. And it's games like this in like Clash of Clans where you will set things and then you have to come back later for them to be done. So it takes actual hours to finish.
It's like a Tamagotchi.
Well, pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
And a lot of games will implement even further than that with like auto questing and auto doing this and auto playing the game and everything.
which yeah.
And
that just doesn't make sense to me either.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Some of it's okay. But a lot of it's kind of annoying. This game doesn't have any auto fighting. It doesn't have any auto questing, except you can click on the next quest step and your guy will walk to it, but you still have to do all the interactions. When we
play certain games, like when we play certain board games, can I just do like auto gaming for?
you just tap Eric.
Yeah.
Eric will just have an auto play my turn on his chest. Reach over and tap.
That's right.
It's like tag. You're it.
Yeah, when we play something like I don't know, Zolkid.
Oh, I'll play that for you.
Great, perfect.
Right.
But either way, I don't know. It's really good so far. I would recommend it. The graphics are amazing. The quest combat stuff is very anime style MMO. It takes place in like the modern day, future, meaning that a lot of it's like modern day looking, but it has a lot of futuristic stuff. Like buildings look old, like kind of normal, like cathedrals and stuff like that. But then they have like laser swords. So the art's pretty cool. It's very Japanese school uniform type-ish game. So if you don't like anime, you're not going to like this. But if you like anime, this thing is awesome. Everything about it so far is awesome. The very first mount that you get is a BA motorcycle. it's got like jet engines on the back, basically. Oh, it's outlandish and it's great. So those are the two things I've been up to. And other than that, actually, it took all my time.
It sounds good. Like architecture does change a lot slower than things like swords and motorcycles. So I think it's fine.
That is true. And it stays around because people appreciate the art and the masonry that went into it.
Yeah.
So then it gets protected by law for being a
heritage
landmark or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that was a pretty fast intro to what we've been up to. So let's go on to some news. And before we do this one, George, do you have some Kickstarter stuff you want to mention?
I do. Yeah. There's a couple Kickstarters that are happening that I'm pretty excited about. One of them, we've talked about it several times because we thought it was coming up sooner, but it's here now. It's Steampunk Rally Fusion. So it's the expansion of Steampunk Rally, which we covered in episode 76. And
which is also standalone as well.
It is a standalone, yeah. But you can combine it with the original Steampunk Rally, and they're actually selling a box that has both of them in the same box. And am I correct in thinking that you can get just the box if you want the second version?
I don't think you get the Fusion box, but I believe that the regular box for the game,
version,
you'll have a big
box. If you buy the
box.
Deluxe version, you get the Fusion game, but it's a big box, so you can put the original game inside of it.
That's
right.
So smart. I love it when
it has room for
things like that. This company is Roxley Games. The game is by Gavin Brown. And you can go back and listen to that episode. But the things that it adds that are new, it has more of the modular boards, so you can mix and match. You have new cards, new inventions, inventors. So a whole new cadre of them. It has event decks. So when you're on certain stages of the game, you'll have to draw an event. It has exploding parts that you can jettison yourself and have them explode, and they'll like launch you forward by blowing up your own contraption. This sounds perfect for me.
Sounds like rocket jumping.
Yeah.
I'll take some damage, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, I blow up myself anyway, so that sounds great. And it has machine parts that you can gear up with the gears that you earn during the game, and you put them on those parts, and then they become more powerful. They become better.
Oh, yeah.
And if you blow those up, you get the gears back because you can salvage your own parts, so that's fine.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. And it has secret project cards that you're working on during the game. You can allocate dice in a run onto these cards, and however many dice you put on them, then it'll give you a certain bonus when you decide to cash it in. It's your progress on your secret project, which sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And probably the biggest thing that it has now, since it's Fusion, it has Fusion dice. The normal dice go from 1 through 6. These dice go from 4 through 9. And once you place them on your contraption, you can never take them off. You can't vent them. You can't do anything. You're just locked in. That's it. So you're burning up.
Because they're fused.
Yeah.
Right.
You're melting your machine into malfunctioning in the process, but that's okay. You just blow it up later.
Yeah.
One of the maps, the two maps that they have, the two new maps, one of them is on Mars, which is kind of weird. And then the other one is at Machu Picchu, for what that's worth. It's going to have a strange combination of Martians and Aztecs, I guess. Is it Aztecs? Incans? I get those confused.
Ancient.
Anyway, I don't know. Maybe it's neither one of those. But Machu Picchu and Martians, so it'll be great. Anyway, that's
pretty cool.
Steampunk Rally is one of the Kickstarters. I'm just going to talk about 3, so I'm trying not to take too long. But the second one, I've talked about this game a whole lot. One of my favorite games ever. It is Dale of Merchants, and Dale of Merchants 3 is on Kickstarter right now. And you can get the entire Dale of Merchants collection with it, which is Dale of Merchants 1, 2, and the collection.
That's a lot.
There's so much. There's 30, maybe 30 different animals, decks that you can play with now. So they're adding 6 more. And the 6 that they're adding, I won't go into what they all do, but there's archiving desert monitors, sharing short-beaked echidnas, discontent white-headed lemurs, scheming green magpies, superstitious snowshoe hares, and prepared grizzled tree kangaroos. So if you like any of those animals, or just animals in general, you should absolutely check this out. It's amazing. It's a fantastic ladder game. And this one we covered too on episode 68. So go back and listen to that. And then the last one is Guards of Atlantis II, which, let's back up. Dale of Merchants 3 is by Sammy Lasco and Snowdale Design. And then this next one, Guards of Atlantis 2, is by Wolf Designer. I think that's a group. I don't actually know the person's name. I think it's maybe a group of people who designed it. But it's Wolf Designer. And it is a board game MOBA. Is that right?
Yeah, they call it Guards of Atlantis 2 Tabletop MOBA.
Okay.
Is the full name.
And you guys, you know like what MOBA games are.
Oh yeah, like League of Legends and Dota.
Okay.
So basically it's where you are you have a team against another team and you're going down these lanes, and within these lanes you have like these minions backing you up that come out at a specified time period. Yeah,
but you're these heroes and you have certain decks that you play with and with different powers. And so in this game, you play these cards, but you don't shuffle your deck and draw certain cards. Like you just have cards that you can use
in your hand.
I believe so. And you have
kind of like a spell book.
There's no luck. Like you decide what you're taking with you or whatever. So it's completely no luck combat system, and you push down these lanes and try to get to the end. But you can win by doing that, or you can win by killing the enemy heroes like enough times, I guess. So the game has been made more streamlined and faster in the second edition. And I've played the first edition, and it really isn't my kind of game, but I really liked it. So that was quite a surprise for me.
Nice.
Yeah, for like a skirmish miniatures game, I wouldn't have thought I would like it. But all the little mechanisms I thought were really good. And now they've been working on it and tweaking them. So I think I'm definitely going to pick it up. They have less punishing death. If your hero dies, you're back in the game faster. But at the same time, it's bad because now you can win by having heroes die. So they sort of balance that. And in the first version of the game, you had a card that you had to play where you basically you held your action, so you didn't get to do anything, and you had to play it like once every round or something. And now they've done away with that. There's just another basic card that you can play, but at least you get to do something, Right. So it sounds better. Initiative is more impactful than the first edition. So you want to focus on initiative, you can do that. And the game is shorter. You can play a 3-round game or a 5-round game, but the game itself was already, not terribly long. And I mean, it was something I could stomach. And I think now having it slightly shorter, I'll just even like it better. And lastly, I think this is important too. You can level up cheaper and faster. So you get to the cooler hero powers faster during the game. And if you're not good at doing that, there are catch-up mechanisms so that it doesn't really matter. You're still going to be competitive, which I think that sounds really good too. And those are the 3 Kickstarters I got for this week.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. It reminds me, not the game, but it reminds me of something I was wanting to create. It's the Chinese MOBA name generator. Because if you play any iOS game or Android, there are a billion, literally a billion, like knockoffs. Chinese knockoffs of League of Legends.
Oh, really?
And it's like Battle of Angels, Guardians of Demon Heavens.
And some are actually pretty decent.
Some are pretty decent, yeah, but I mean they're ripping it off. Like it is. That's Garen.
Right.
All his abilities are Garen.
Right.
Yeah, see, I don't know these people you're talking about, but this game, Guards of Atlantis II, it has 22 heroes that you can play with. And there's 3 like extra packs. Oh, here's the other thing. You play this game, it's team versus team. So it's not really made to be a 1 versus 1 game. You play 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3, 4 versus 4. You can go up to 5 versus 5 with the extra packs. You can play 10 people.
That's pretty cool.
It's really cool. And you really do have to sort of strategize and work together in my playing of the first game.
We'll have to check that out. Sounds nice. Does it look good though? Does it have pretty nice miniatures and stuff?
Yeah, it does. Go on Kickstarter and take a look there.
Yeah,
they're pretty stylized. There's these Atlanteans that are like
showcase them. Oh, they do. Never mind. I just got to it. Oh yeah.
I don't know what they are. What do you think the Atlanteans look like? And then there's these invaders. I don't know what they're called, but they're the other people. And they're like kind of like made out of crystals, and they're cool looking.
The heroes have a maybe a Chinese or Japanese kind of theme to them.
The art, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So maybe this is one of those Chinese knockoffs.
Could be. Eric's looking at that. We're going to move on to the next piece of news here, which basically invalidates the last podcast if you haven't listened to it. I'm a little bit, it's a little harder to edit the podcast because of the quarantine and having the kids at home and things like that, and Destiny 2. So,
and Destiny 2 and
Destiny 2.
That online game.
I have to use my free time for sanity, for introvert sanity. So editing a podcast doesn't really fit that scope at the moment. Anyway, we talked, our main topic was about the Board Game Geek nominations. And so you can still listen to our banter. It's still valid because we're going to bring a lot of that up here. But we now have the winners of the Board Game Geek. We're going to run through these pretty quickly and do some commenting. So we're going to skip the Board Game of the Year for now. We're going to come to 2-player game. The runner-ups is Undaunted Normandy and Blitzkrieg World War II in 20 minutes.
Can we wait for this one? Wait for this one as well. Go to the next one.
Wait for the 2-player game one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just catching up with my images. Sorry, guys.
That's fine. Here we go. So we'll start with artwork and presentation. Is that one okay, Eric?
That one's okay.
All right. So the runner-ups is Parks and Tapestry, and the winner is Wingspan.
Yes.
No. No. And I get what you're saying. You know, there's a lot of artwork that goes into making all these birds, and there's
an astonishing number of birds.
Quite a few birds in there. But, you know, if bird books or birds were more popular and people wanted to look at them more, I guess bird books would be flying off the shelves.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? They are.
Are they?
Yeah.
I know that
because they only print 50 copies. When you have 50 people that's interested, you gotta go sell out.
But art and presentation over some of these other games, I don't see that.
It does have
really
a nice
had
presentation, though. I mean, it has good components, and it does have that wing, the little dice tower that's like the bird feeder, I guess.
The eggs are all different colors, even though it means absolutely nothing in the game, which is dumb. It should, but
that is kind of dumb. That's a missed opportunity.
But it did make it look pretty on the table.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll give it that. But overall, art and presentation versus some of these other games, I don't see why.
I've seen some people like do some like marbling stuff where they dip their eggs into, you know how you make marbling solutions
so it's
and stuff?
Easter? So it's like Wingspan,
yeah, well, it's
Easter
like all
edition.
speckled or all like swirly. Oh, they look amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right, well, let's move on.
All right.
The card game, the runner-up is The Crew. In Marvel Champions, the winner is Wingspan.
Whoa.
George, right? Even George got.
I feel a little bad about
one.
that. Yeah,
right.
It's not a card game, exactly.
Right, Wingspan is not a card game.
Exactly.
I mean,
it's really,
has cards in it.
It's definitely not. You can't
but
play
a card game
without
to
the
me
board.
Is dominated by cards. You might have very few other pieces that are integrated into the game, you know, to keep track of score or something. But
yeah, like we talked last week or last episode, I mean, the vast majority of the games on there were, or not vast majority, a lot of them were card games. Like these were the only components, or maybe there's a little bit extra.
Yeah.
And there were some really random choices, and 2 of those random choices are on this on this list.
That's bad.
Well,
That's
Marvel
a bad
Champions
choice.
is all a card game.
I'm sorry to say.
All right, so cooperative, the runner-ups is Marvel Champions and Lord of the Rings Journey to Middle-earth, or Journey to Middle-earth. The winner is The Crew.
Wow.
I was okay with that one.
I'm okay with that. That's cool. I'm happy about it, but I'm surprised.
Expansion, the runner-ups are Quacks of Quedlinburg's The Herb Witches and the Terraforming Mars Turmoil. Winner is Wingspan, European expansion.
No.
Yeah, right? No way.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
So for expansion to win the expansion of the year, I would imagine.
Wingspan, extra token pack.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I love European birds. I really do. There was a BGG user before this expansion came out who made his own European birds expansion. And unfortunately, he took all the bird cards from like art, art that he didn't own,
art books and stuff.
Yeah, so he couldn't actually, put it out there and leave it out there. But his expansion had all the European birds, and his European birds had more interactive powers. They made the game better. These birds, they're European, but they don't change much of anything. And also this guy who made his own expansion, not only were the bird powers better, but also he had rules for having the eggs hatch and be hatchlings and then grow up into fledglings and then grow into adult birds. I mean, it was an amazing use of the eggs and the whole thing.
And expanded the gameplay.
It was genius, yeah. And they did nothing like that. So
it's basically more cards, right?
No, what would happen? No, he didn't use cards.
No, I mean, like the new expansion is just more cards.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
You should not win best expansion of the year for adding more cards. Sorry.
Right, that don't significantly change the game.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
I mean, that's true, yeah, because I guess you could use that against like a Magic expansion. But the point is, like, the cards have to be some kind of impactful way to the game. If it's just expanding the game with more of the same.
They added one new mechanism,
it's exciting,
but it's not enough. It's definitely not enough. And it's nothing compared to what this guy did on his own.
Or anything else that was on this list. But with that being said, though, I also think it's dumb that Quacks, the Herb Witches, is a runner-up because that expansion is kind of meh too. I mean, it's cool, but I don't consider it game-changing. I don't need it. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha, yeah. It's just different powers.
Wait. Family game. Runner-ups are Azul, Summer Pavilion, and Tiny Towns. Winner is Wingspan.
Wow.
I can get behind that one. I mean, I think Wingspan's pretty family-friendly. I don't think it's that deep of a game, but it's not like...
Yeah, not a lot of kids, which, I don't know, depending on what you consider a family game.
Yeah.
If you're talking about little kid family game, then I wouldn't put Wingspan in there, but it's not really defined.
I feel like those other games are more family weight than Wingspan. And I love Wingspan.
Feel like
I play it with my family. It's fine, but okay.
I feel like family games...
little kids.
I feel like family games are the thing between strategy games and party games. Like it's more of like a light strategy, but there's not a lot of rules.
Wow, which it has a decent amount of rules to it.
It does.
There's
I think it's too much for family.
For family?
Yeah.
It's on the top end, for sure.
Well, let's go on to party game. We have Letter Jam and Men at Work are runners up, and the winner is Wavelength.
Called it.
Which I can get behind that. That's good.
Yeah.
You just said which one?
Wavelength.
I'm sorry.
Wavelength.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Party game.
Yeah.
Yeah, party game. Sorry.
Cool.
We didn't talk about print and plays, did we? We'll mention them anyway. So runner-up is Under Falling Skies, a 9-card print and play. The runner-up is Roll Estates, and the winner is Tiny Forming Mars, which actually sounds kind of funny because they're being punny.
That's funny.
Solo game. Runner-up is Marvel Champions and Twice as Clever. The winner is Wingspan.
All right. I called it. And I agree. I agree with that one.
It is a good solo. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Automa that they made is really good.
All right.
Nice. The strategy games. Runner-up is Maracaibo and Paladins of the West Kingdom. The winner is Wingspan.
Yes.
No way.
Boo.
and this is where I also think that they should.
You just said it was not a family game. It's a strategy game then.
I would say yes, it's a strategy game, but they need to.
I think it's in this category. I don't think it beat everything else in the category.
They also need to divide it up between light strategy and heavy strategy.
Okay.
Right, because it had Barrage on there.
Yeah,
and it had Maracaibo, which is like a 3-hour game.
Yeah.
I would consider those more heavy strategy games where I would put something in a strategy if there's only one category for strategy. You know, I would put it there. I wouldn't put Wingspan in strategy and family.
I agree with that.
It is weird to put it in both.
Right.
But
I mean, I guess
deserving that it swept these.
No.
It is the most amazing game to come out in a decade.
Is it?
But if it was about dragons, would you like it?
No.
So it's not that that's not that amazing. Then.
But nobody else
really
would like
just
it either. Is the problem?
Right.
The way that it is, it came out and it was on like the cover of Time or something. I don't know what was it on. Some kind of magazine.
Good. It was marketed well, but does that make it the most innovative?
No, it's marketed well
the best
because
game.
It was received well. People love birds and they love the art and they love the idea and they love the game. So it definitely blew all these others away.
Well, I'm gonna pause you a little bit. I'm not trying to be that man, that board gaming man that comes in here and ruins stuff. But I think it was pushed really well because it's also designed by a female, and there's not a lot of female designers out there that are doing awesome.
Okay, so that's another reason to really give it some credit.
Well, because it's good. There's a lot of I've played a few games that were female designed. Well, I didn't know it at the time, but then I'm like, this game sucks. So, but I played a lot of games by guys that suck. My point is, I don't care who designed it, but if that was a growing factor on your game, if a guy designed it, would it get the same clout is what I'm saying, which I guess is true. Yeah. But I mean, it's coming from Stonemaier. So anything coming from Stonemaier is going to get presence.
That's true.
Anyway, because I mean, look at Tapestry. Game wasn't even out and everybody was talking about it.
Yeah. So, and Scythe has gotten a whole lot of press.
Scythe has gotten a massive amount of press. His games do phenomenally well. And I think that it's because he has
a big presence and he
has a big presence. Yeah.
Well, and the reason he has
follow that company
is because he understands how art works. Look at Scythe. It's the art in that game.
Scythe is pretty nice.
And it's the art and Wingspan.
And marketing and everything that goes along with that. So that's part of our marketing is having good art.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's run through the rest of these real quick, and then we can closing discussion on all that because I'm bringing it up. Thematic game. The runner-up is Star Wars Outer Rim. Runner-up is The Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth. The winner is Dune.
Not Wingspan?
Huh? Not Wingspan.
I don't even think it was in here for whatever reason.
Wow, Dune finally gets some kudos.
Yeah, one of the BG comments down below actually says after 40 years. Did you read that, Eric?
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. Thematic game, which we didn't really talk about last time, but if you're curious, the runners-up are U-Boots, the board game, and Blitzkrieg, and the winner is Undaunted Normandy. The best podcast, which again we didn't talk. Well, I guess we did talk a little bit about it, but the runners-up are So Very Wrong About Games and the No Pun Included podcast, and the winner is Heavy Cardboard.
Wow,
which is kind of cool. That's the one I said.
That is the one you said. Yeah.
The best board game app. Runner-up, Raiders of the North Sea.
I said no.
And runner-up,
though. It was sorry.
Runner-up, Twice as Clever, and the winner is Through the Ages. Totally deserving that it is amazing. My gosh. And the last one, which was actually listed first, but we're saving it, for the drum roll.
Oh, wait a minute. We go back to 2-player.
Oh yeah.
2-player.
Which...
All right, so runner-up, Undaunted Normandy. Runner-up, Blitzkrieg World War II in 20 minutes. The winner, Watergate.
Oh yeah, so it's not a surprise.
Yeah, but you can't play Wingspan 2-player.
Why is it? You should have won that.
Right? Why is it not in here?
You can actually.
Oh, you saved it. You saved it for the end just for that little joke. That's awesome. All right. I thought he was going to be upset that Watergate won.
I think Wingspan is great 2-player.
Anyway, board game of the year runners-ups. Board game of the year runner-ups are Paladins of the West Kingdom and Tapestry. Winner, Wingspan.
Yeah.
Which I was also, which I knew Wingspan was going to be up there. Tapestry. There's a lot of varying degrees of likes and dislikes on it, so it's kind of weird that it made it as a runner-up here.
Yeah, 2 from the same company.
I'll tell you exactly why. Because this isn't the Golden Geek Awards. This is the Popularity Awards of 2019. That's all it is. And honestly, I hadn't paid attention because I don't care about awards. I mean, we talk about them and stuff, but whatever. I mean, they're obviously it matters. Spiel des Jahres matters and stuff. I like the awards that are given from a panel of people. That's more than 2 or 3,
right.
From a bunch of people. Obviously, take us with a grain of salt because I'm kind of related to the Dice Tower, but the Dice Tower awards are like 150 to 200 people now. And there's a whole group discussion. People bring up games. They destroy games. People say things. People deny those people those games. And it ends up coming out with a lot of, unbiased stuff in the end, I think, because you have a bunch of people actually discussing stuff. This is just, hey, who can log on and vote for us? I mean, you can run a campaign at this point and just get people to vote for your game.
Well,
and
a lot
of
people did that as well. So I got a lot of emails emails from different companies saying, this award is up. Go to the website and vote for us. Here's the games that are nominated that we have there.
Are you saying it shouldn't be one man, one vote, Tim?
No, I'm just saying if they want to do it like this, it means nothing to me. These awards are basically worthless.
Because they're popularity.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Well, think about it like this.
I mean,
if one game has
isn't that worth something, though?
No, because in the board game world, when a game gets printed 250 to 500 copies and Wingspan has 2 million, I don't know how many it is, but the point is Wingspan is obviously in the hands of more people.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, so basically, Rich, you can just spend money to win.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So that's why it's not as worth it to me. If I see a BGG, a Golden Geek Award, I'm kind of like, cool, it won a popularity contest. It doesn't necessarily mean it's good or better than the stuff that was in it. I would assume that most games on this list are good. Yeah. Because if it's popular, it's going to be good.
Right.
But it's not going to be the best.
Sure.
Yeah. Correct.
And best is always, my best is going to be different from your best, which is going to be different from someone else's best usually.
Right.
But
did Exploding Kittens win whatever year it came out?
I don't know, but the problem is Exploding Kittens is in that mass market mentality, the video gaming mentality, and it's not in this underground board gaming arena. Like Wingspan is kind of crossed over because of so much exposure, but other games on here, like, do you really think that a ton of people are playing The Crew right now? I mean, a lot of people are playing it.
Oh, yeah.
But I guarantee if you go to somebody who doesn't play games, hey, have you played The Crew? They're going to be like, what? But a lot of people will say, yeah, I've played Ticket to Ride. Or even now they'll be like, I've played Wingspan. Because that's how much reach it has. It's already big in this community and it's grown out.
Right. Yeah. So there's something to be said for that. Like, you're right. It might not be maybe what you want the awards to be based on, but saying that Wingspan has the same clout as a Ticket to Ride is, or is going to get there, that's pretty amazing.
It is amazing. The problem with it being is if you take 5 games and you have 10 people judge them and it's judging it based on some kind of criteria, you're going to come to a better consensus of what like a score out of 10 would be, right? If you're judging a game based on all these set criteria and be like, I like this gameplay was better than this game. This one had some flaws, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then everybody it's like watching people judge a dance routine or whatever. They have a set criteria to judge these games where all this is literally getting on there and clicking checkboxes to say, I like this game.
Yeah. And I'm playing devil's advocate. No,
that's cool.
I am really in favor of experts and the value of expert knowledge.
With that being said, though, let's back up because I totally passed one up. Innovative, runner-up, The Crew, and Wavelength, winner, Wingspan.
Oh, I thought we talked about
it.
Right.
No, we did skip it.
Okay.
Innovative in what way?
That's what I'm saying.
That's so it's terrible. Like,
that is absolute garbage. Wavelength has an entire mechanism created for the game. Whether or not it it's in another game that George mentioned that probably no one's heard of.
Jackbox. Everyone's heard of Jackbox.
Yeah, right. So they created something for the game. The Crew has an innovation to trick-taking games, although I don't think it's amazingly innovative. Honestly, it's just 50 different rules to win. So, okay. But Wingspan has no innovation. There's not. I can't think of anything in the game that doesn't exist elsewhere. And a lot of maybe it's innovative in the fact that they took all these things and put them together in one game.
Right. I think those are innovation. Those are all poor choices. Honestly, I think we should do a top 5 innovative games next time.
You don't think Wingspan or Wavelength is innovative? I
mean, it's innovative to a degree, but like I say, it's not.
The innovation would just be the component.
Yeah, well, yeah, which is amazing. Great job.
I don't think you're going to get super innovative on gameplay anymore. It's going to be like an accessory or whatever.
Yeah. Well, we should take a look at that. But yeah, I would give it to Wavelength out of those. Yeah.
And plus, even looking at the list that we talked about, like the whole runner-up list, I don't remember where it was, but man, the runner-up list was insane with other games that were not innovative, and then there was a couple that were. I guess they need to define this innovation stuff anymore, because here you go. Barrage, The Crew, The King's Dilemma, Letter Jam, PAX Premiere, QE, Tainted Grail, U-Boot, Wavelength, and Wingspan.
Yeah, I'd probably go with, might even go with QE on that one, you know?
Yeah.
Just the idea of unlimited money in a game. I don't think that's been done before.
That's actually kind of fun. I'm intrigued how that works.
Yeah, it's an auction. You can say $60 trillion.
You'll lose. We can do it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, anyway, we could talk all day about this Board Game Geek Awards stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They don't do well with innovation. That's for sure.
For sure, that subject or
yeah, that was a fail.
Category is bad. We're gonna move on to so we're gonna plug some ways you can support the show. Then we're gonna talk about the games and do our topic. If you are interested in supporting the show, please go to MeepleCore.com. There's a Humble Bundle partner link in the middle that's in orange. And when you click this, it'll take you to Humble Bundle. Anything you buy on there, portion will be donated to us. And it costs you nothing extra. You get a lot of cool stuff. Right now, there is the Play with Friends bundle from Asmodee Digital that has a ton of digital board games. These are not, these are, like the actual full-fledged video game version of the board game. There is Small World 2, Carcassonne, which is called Tiles and Tactics, which is really weird. I always never understood that, but whatever. There's Patchwork, Kings and Assassins, Love Letter, Potion Explosion. If you back for the second tier, you get Splendor, the expansion. I guess there's two expansions. There's the cities and the trading posts. Mysterium, Carcassonne, Winters and Gingerbread Man, Carcassonne Traders and Builders expansion. You get the Cursed Small World 2 expansion, the Be Not Afraid Small World 2 expansion, Twilight Struggle, and if you back the third tier, you get Scythe, Lord of the Rings Adventure Card Game, Mysterium, which is an expansion because it says Hidden Signs, some more Carcassonne stuff, The River, Inns and Cathedrals, and The Princess and the Dragon, another Mysterium expansion, another Small World 2 expansion, and the last Splendor expansion, all for $12, which is crazy. $12 for all that.
That is amazing.
Considering I believe the Scythe expansion is either 8 or 10, and I'm pretty sure it's 10.
Holy cow.
So way worth doing. If you would love to support the show, and you want all kinds of good games, just go and click our Humble Bundle link on the MeepleCore site, MeepleCore.com, and click on this bundle. At the very bottom, there's actually a slider that you can choose what you support. So you can choose the amount that goes percentage-wise to the charity that is selected, the developer, which is probably Asmodee Digital, Humble Bundle, and MeepleCore. So you can slide those in favor of us, or you can pretend that you hate us and slide it to a penny. Whatever. Anyway, so check that out. And if you're interested, we have our Patreon. It's patreon.com/MeepleCore. And you can subscribe there, and we're going to have some content on that at some point soon. So keep an eye out, and obviously we'll talk about it all on here once I get some cool stuff for Patreon members in the works. So we have 5 games to talk about because we've been doing a lot of online tabletop simulator gaming during this quarantine. We have Nova Luna, Trial by Trolley, ShipShape, Trails of Tucana, and Belratti. So first up on the list is Nova Luna.
The designer is Uwe Rosenberg and Corne van Moorsel, and the artist is Lucas Siegmann. The publisher is Edition Spielweis, and 3 others.
I think in the U.S. it's Stronghold.
Oh, here, I'll click on it. It looks like Stronghold, yes.
So Nova Luna is a puzzle game, basically a strategy game for 4 players. And there's this ring in the middle that has a moon track on it. that goes all the way around, and that's a time track. So as you do things, it's going to move your token up. And it's one of those games where if you are last on this track, you actually get to go first. So if you take a bunch of tiles that are lower value, you're actually going to get to go multiple times potentially. Around the outside of this track, there's spots for like 12 or 13 tiles. I can't remember exactly how many, but these tiles are put all around it. And then the little moon token will start at the noon o'clock at the top of it. Anyway, on your turn, what you're going to be doing is selecting one of the tiles that's in front of this moon token, either 1, 2, or 3 spaces away. So basically you get to pick the tile that's 1, 2, or 3 spaces away, ignoring any blank spaces. Once you pick that tile, you'll take it and then move the statue of the little moon there. And then you're going to put that tile in your tableau in front of you. And as you get more tiles, you're going to put them adjacent to each other orthogonally. Then whoever is next on this track, because when you grab one of these tiles, there's a value, a number. I believe it's 1 through 7. And whatever number you grab, obviously you're going to move your token up on that moon track. And then whoever's token's in last place will get to go next. And then it's going to keep going until when it's your turn and there is only 1 or 2 tokens or tiles left. You could choose to, before picking a tile, you can refresh from the bag or tile stack or whatever all the empty spaces, and then you take your turn. If there's ever 0, obviously you have to do so. And the game's going to go until somebody, the whole goal of the game is to get rid of these 20 gold tokens that you have. So you start off with 20. In a 3 and 4 player game, you can actually lower that value based on the player count. But normally it's supposed to be 20 no matter what you're playing with. And when you get a tile, it's going to have 1 to 3 or up to 3, because some of them have 0. But they're going to have up to 3 different goals on these tiles. And each goal is a little circle that has a couple of dots in it. So it might have like 2 blues or maybe a yellow and a red or maybe 3 teal. And what that means is if you ever have adjacent tiles that match that, then you can put a gold token on it. So if you have a yellow and a red, and you have a yellow on the left side and a red on the top side of one token or a tile, then you complete that goal and you get to cover it up. There's a chaining mechanism to where you can chain it all the same color. So if a tile needs 3 blues, the 3 blues don't have to be directly adjacent, but they can be in a contiguous form going away from that tile. So if you have one off to the left, it's a blue, and then it goes up and it's a blue, and it goes right or left again, then it's a blue. That's like a continuous line of dark blues, and that counts. Now you can't do that with other colors, because then you can't connect it to a yellow at the end of that line and pretend it's adjacent. Each color has to be directly adjacent to start with. Anyway, the first player to get rid of all their tokens is the winner. So we're gonna talk about it from a 3-player perspective, because that's mostly what we play with.
Yeah.
And by mostly, I mean
the only player count we played with.
Yeah. So let's start with you, George. What do you think about Nova Luna?
I thought it was really pleasant. You know, it's a very simple puzzle game. It's super easy to teach. Anybody could play this. There's not a whole lot of theme there. I didn't think about the moon one time while playing.
No theme.
No theme, no. But in terms of just, you make a move and it's 1, 2, or 3 spots away, you get that thing, and then you wait for it to be your turn again, and that depends on how many points were on the card that you took, and then you just build out your little tableau, and you really can't go wrong, because all of our scores were super close. So this is a great family game. You're not going to have someone just blown out of the water. You know, even younger children are going to put tiles next to each other, and oh look, that happens to be a thing eventually.
You might have to point those out, though.
That's true. Right. You might want to help them, yeah. But really,
which is a really good thing about the game, because it's not one of the games where you can forget to score something. At any point, you can be like, "Oh, I didn't cover that up,"
yeah,
and no one can argue with you, because you're like, "Oh yeah,
it's all right there.
It is next to 2 reds."
Yeah. You can't move things once you've put them down, but yeah, it's, as long as you don't just completely try to mess yourself up, you're gonna make some successful pieces go together.
There's obviously better moves or better placement than others, but
I don't think there's a huge curve as far as skill versus luck in this one. I think it's a very light game, but it's very pleasant.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think that will although we haven't played it 2 players, I think that would actually rise quite a bit with 2 players. Because in a 3 and 4 player, a lot of stuff changes by the time it gets to you. So you can't really look ahead and predict what you might get.
Right.
But much like games like Patchwork, you're going to be like, if he takes one of these or she takes one of these, I know I can pick one of these tiles. With this one being maybe a far-fetched option, but I definitely might, I can count on one of these 2 or 3.
Yes.
And so with a 2-player game, I think you can be a little bit more strategic.
I really do think...
Sorry, a little bit more competitive.
Okay. I think you would have to work pretty hard not to successfully get rid of some of your tokens. Like, just putting tiles down next to each other,
right.
It's going to happen. Like, you might be able to take something somebody wanted and slow them down a little bit, but you're not going to stop them. They're eventually going to get stuff. It's a very forgiving game in that regard, I think.
I could see that in a sense, but it does matter. Your placement does matter, and you kind of are trying to place in certain ways where you're going to utilize those colors down the line. So not really does placement right now for something that's going to pop off right now matter. Placement for what you might get down in the future will matter as well.
So,
yeah, I think I kind of agree with Eric, because the way the game's kind of laid out is the higher number tiles that will cause you to go further on that track so you don't take as many turns. They actually have really easy goals, and the ones that are less likely or the lower value have crazier goals that are less likely to achieve. So getting a red and a blue is much easier than 4 blues, because you have to first off have 4 tiles and they have to go on a line,
right,
or be directly adjacent. So the idea is get higher number tiles and complete their goals, but get a bunch of low level tiles and actually use them just for the colors. And the idea is you want to put them in such a pattern that where you can like find like spots just to plug things in and complete a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So I think that it does have like a puzzle aspect to it in that way. And I think that is where the competitiveness is really going to show with people who are experienced with the game, just because they're going to be able to set themselves up better.
Sure. I think there's a degree of that will be possible, but I don't think this is going to be like Go, where you have...
Right, it's not chess or Go, right?
No, because Go is definitely more strategic than this will allow you to be, because there's going to be a lot more luck element in this game.
There really is,
yeah. So you can't really do everything in your power to know what the outcome is and know what your opponent's going to do, and know which tiles you're going to have a choice of. So there's a lot of things that you're not going to have ability to change.
Yeah, that's true.
This game, I wonder about. It's so easygoing. Like I was keeping up with you guys without even really trying that hard.
You're so good.
No, I mean, like, I would do stupid things.
Yeah, he wasn't even trying against us, Eric.
No.
Like, I would build my stuff in a total square, so I had nowhere to go, and I would still be able to play stuff out, and
no, it still always gives you. You always have opportunities to make some kind of play.
Yeah,
or better. Your tableau in a sense.
Right. That's how easygoing it is. Like there's not that much stress, Like if you took the thing I wanted, okay. You know what? I'm going to take the next thing.
That's fair.
And it's more of a race and really trying to keep up kind of game, because you at least online, you can always tell how close someone is and versus how you are. So I have 12 tiles left. You have 13 tiles. You have 14 tiles. I'm in a pretty good placement.
Right.
I'm ahead at the moment.
I think I would have to play this one on like Board Game Arena or something to figure out just how competitive it is, because I can play Tokaido with anybody and just be like do move along and get my stuff, but then I play it on Board Game Arena and I get my ass completely kicked every time. So
you're saying they're very competitive over there?
They are, and apparently there's more to that game than you realize, or I realized.
Oh yeah.
So I think this might be one like that, but I'd have to see it. I'd have to see, like, is there going to be a group of people that are like ranked Nova Luna players who can just destroy anybody? Or is it like, well, on this day, I just got the right luck and here I am. I got my stuff out first.
I definitely think that plays into a part on this game. You have to have luck on your side, maybe so. But evenly matched, luck might play a factor, but if someone had, a lot more skill in this game, I think that will help.
Okay,
so it's not
I
all
want to see
luck-based.
it. I want to see how that works.
Well, the last things I'm going to say, one is very good length for a game.
Yeah.
That's this, it's not super deep. Obviously, it's a light game. And
but you're making lots of decisions.
Second thing,
and it's,
you make a lot of decisions that matter, and you're playing it long enough for them to matter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a game where it's like by the time you made this, strategy, you're just kind of losing. Or the game's over on them. The last thing is the only negative I have about the game is the color choice. Because it's like the 4 elements, earth, fire, wind, water. And they have fire as red, and they have wind as like yellow, and they have water is blue, but then earth is teal, which looks very similar to the blue. It's like blue and light blue. Why can't it have been green?
Oh, I thought it would have been wind, would have been like light blue.
No, usually wind is always represented by yellow.
Really?
Well, it is in seasons, but that's weird. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But I mean, the point is, don't have 2 colors that are just light blue, a light and dark version of it. It just, it kills me.
Well,
especially when it's only 4 colors. You have like 9 primary colors.
Yeah. For me anyway, the artwork and didn't really do it for me.
That's fine.
Just in general, box art.
I think it's fine. It's there. I don't care that it's moons. It's kind of, it's an abstract game with a little bit of art.
I like it. I think it's kind of classy with the moon face around the outside, like, showing.
It looks regal.
As it turns.
Is regal the right word?
I mean, all this filigree stuff. all this. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and
I was really talking about box art. The pieces and whatever, they're functional, and
they really are.
And those pieces of the board, they're fine. Box art for me was kind of on the lower end of okay.
Yeah, well, the
box art looks good to me, but it's not going to be the game you're going to pull off the shelf to look at.
Right.
But if you know about it, it's going to be the game you pull off the shelf.
Yeah.
Box art was. Also, another problem I had was there is like a first player advantage in the game since it's a racing game. There's no way to. I guess not. Never mind. I'm going to take that back, I guess, because there is a slight first player advantage, but I guess the turn does change depending on the tiles that you take.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it can get into these patterns of one person gets to change all the new tiles every time, and that just that really grates on me.
Does it?
So.
Yeah, because I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me.
No,
just because I don't feel like that player. It's not like that player is always going to win or whatever, or that matters at all. But
right, they have a chance of something coming out, but not. It's going to be 3 random things, or maybe 2 random additional things that they can choose from. But it might help them. It might not.
It could just as likely be random enough to make the next person have better choices too.
Right.
Or the choices they need.
Yeah. That's.
But from a design perspective, it would have been nice if it took turns with, or at least we've been in the mindset that it's nice when it takes turns for a person. Yeah. Each person gets a chance to refresh the tiles. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's a little mini expansion. You get these refresh tokens.
You get like some tiles. You flip it over, so you can like spend it. You get it once per
and
game.
You just refresh the 3 in front of you. I guess you're all the same
that's
person.
Fair, yeah.
Though, so never mind.
It would be cool to have another tile. It's like you just flip it and draw 3 from the bag, and you could choose one of those or get rid of them.
Right. Yeah.
All kinds of possibilities.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Like little one-use tiles that you start with. Everybody gets 1 copy of each, and those are randomized. So maybe there's like 10, but you only get 3 per game.
Right.
Dope.
Sounds good.
That's why we have a podcast, because we redesign all these games to make them better. All right. Anyway, final thoughts, Eric.
It was okay for me. It's not something I'm gonna seek out to add to the collection, but it wasn't a bad play.
George?
Lightweight, puzzly, and quick. Might be a winner. Will the excitement last? Is there excitement? But for now, I've enjoyed it.
All right.
For me, I'm buying this. I liked it quite a bit.
Awesome.
I think it's really good. I always like games that will work really well 2 players, but is also a 3 and 4 player game because just buying a 2-player game never gets played. So light on rules, really good on strategy. It's deep enough to where you're not annoyed by it and it's not long enough to where your choices really screw you in the end after 3 hours of play. So it's pretty good. It's for the time frame and the weight of it. It's really good.
I think it really shows its patchwork pedigree from Uwe Rosenberg, and now it makes me super interested to check out Habitats by Corne van Moorsel, because
interesting.
He's a designer that I really like. Street Soccer is just a masterpiece if you like soccer and board games, but this one has been compared to Habitats, and I don't know that one, so I need to check it out.
All right, we're going to move on. This game was Nova Luna. The second game we have is Trial by Trolley.
This is designed by Scott Hauser. The artist is not applicable. And the publisher is Skybound Games.
I guess if you want to say the artist, we're going to say Cyanide and Happiness, because it's Cyanide and Happiness artwork, if you like that comic strip, the webcomic, in a game.
Okay.
But the way the game actually works is it's a party game with teams that constantly change. And so one person is going to be the trolley person, the guy driving the trolley. And there's
Conductor.
2 paths on this railroad. It goes left and right. The first 3 players to that player's left, I mean, if you're playing with 6 or more, if you're playing with less, things change, but you're basically going to be on even teams. So the first half of the people to his left is going to be one team, and the rest of the people are the second team. We just still happen to play it with 7 people, so there's always a trolley guy, and then 3 players on one team, 3 players on the next team. And what happens is the first person on each team will draw 3 cards from an innocent deck. The next player on each team will draw 3 cards from the bad guy deck or whatever, not innocent. And the last player is going to draw, or your third player, if you have more than that, is going to draw 3 cards from these modification deck. Before anybody does anything with cards, one innocent gets played on both tracks. And the innocent might be like a bucket of kittens, or it might be, like
Santa Claus.
People you don't want to die, basically. Yeah, grandma, or your family, or a second grade class. And so then both of the first players on each team will play one of the 3 innocent cards on their own track. So now you're going to have 2 innocent cards. Then each player, or the players that have the bad guys on each team, is going to select one and put it face down on the opposite team's track. And then those will get revealed. So you might put Hitler on somebody else's track because you want to incentivize that track being ran over, but not yours. Lastly, once all those cards are out, so you're going to have 2 innocents and a bad guy. The final card on each team is a modification card, and that player can play it anywhere, including their people or whatever. They'll play it to a specific card, and it'll basically be like, it'll modify them in some way. Like maybe they have your identity, they've stolen your identity, or maybe it might be like they're going to cure cancer, so you might put it somewhere to incentivize not killing your track or killing the other people's track. Anyway, then there's going to be an argument back and forth where both teams are going to try to state their case to the trolley guy, to not destroy their track, but to run over the people on the other track. And then after bickering and arguing and whatnot, the trolley person's going to decide which track he crushes, and then all the players on that team will receive a death token. You will then shift the game to where the next player will be the trolley person, and then the people to their left is the team 1, people to their right is team 2. You'll play until everybody's been the trolley master once, and then whoever has the least death tokens is the winner. So, start with you. What did you think about this, Eric?
For a game of this type, I didn't really mind it too much. It was definitely better than Joking Hazard or Exploding Kittens, for instance. Better than
not this type of game.
Cards Against Humanity. So definitely, if you like that silly type of game, or even going into Cards of Humanity type of funniness.
Cards Against Humanity.
Right. So if you like that type of game, I think, this one's going to be down your alley. Even if you're not, this is better than most of those as well. So.
Yeah, I'm going to say that this was pretty enjoyable. I told George before we started, I literally said, this is going to be a really fun game that we play one time.
All right.
But I will retroactively say that this, I could see playing this quite a few more times.
Yeah.
First off, it takes the right crowd because there is some sensitive people that might get at it. Like if you don't want to talk about Hitler, you throw Hitler out there, although you can use it as ammunition and play it against somebody who absolutely hates Hitler, because who doesn't? But, maybe they're Jewish and, that would be really kind of mean. But this is the type of game we're talking about here.
Well, actually, yeah, I was going to say that in this game, it's also, the better that you know the other players around you, maybe
it does.
The better
there
that
ends
you can
up being like golden guns,
right? If you someone that really likes animals, you put a puppy or something out on their track or on your track, they're going to be less likely to run over the puppy.
That's true.
Yeah. Just like other games, like Apples to Apples, you play with somebody and it doesn't matter what's picked, but if you play the card that they like, they're just going to pick it. Mm-hmm. Some of that is going to happen in this.
Oh yeah.
Because you put, like your family, somebody's like, I don't care what's on the other track. My family's not dying.
Right.
So you're right. If you do know the people very well.
And there is some cards like that, which
there's some smoking guns.
Right.
Yeah. The game is a bit of a departure from like the classic ethical problem, which is usually presented as there's a trolley and it's hurtling down a track and it's going to hit 5 people on the track.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a switch that you could throw and you would divert it down a different track to hit 1 person. And the question is, what do you do? Because if you do nothing, it's going to kill 5 people. But if you throw the switch, you are causing that to happen. You are the actor that causes someone, that innocent person by himself.
Throw the switch.
But now you change it up and be like, oh, well, this side has a little kid on it and the other side has...
This game changes it all up.
Yeah,
and
5 people that are...
And it takes that question out of it, too, because in this case, you have to throw the switch one way or the other. There's no just not throwing the switch. So like you can't
have to choose.
Yeah. You can't just go with like Kantian idea and just be like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't, it wasn't my fault. Like
yeah, because you might be like, I'm gonna kill Hitler, but then the argument's like you're gonna kill an entire middle school.
Yeah. So you have to make a choice.
But that's
you're
better
the actor
than this
no
other
matter
side.
what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a dilemma for sure. And I do like the fact that you get to pick. There's a lot of, it's not just whoever gets the best hand of good guys, or innocent people. It's because you could feed a really terrible bad guy onto their track. And it's like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Like murder hornets or something.
Yeah, exactly. We had something like that. We had a pack of bird-sized mosquitoes that were going to rise from the dead as zombies. Like, they just kept getting modified and hunt you down forever.
The modifiers are brilliant, though. That was probably the most brilliant thing about the game.
Yeah, because you can change those instant win golden gun cards with one of those. So I think they realized that was, an issue in the game. But I do wish the game had fewer of the your pet or your family kind of cards, because that just
your mom.
Like personal
it's
stuff.
not as fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
That's what I was going to say. That like your mom's on this track. It's like, all right, can't run over mom.
Yeah, but you can always make an argument. Like you could, as long as you're with the right group of people who enjoy debating and making arguments, this game is going to shine, because you could say, well, yeah, but my mom is on this track, but I'm on that track, and if I get run over, my mom's going to be real unhappy the rest of her life, and I don't want that to happen. It's better if it just...
The dilemma
it's not a good
real.
argument.
Yeah.
It's not a good argument. But, I mean, you could say something like that and try, you just try your best. But it does lead to some pretty funny things that you're trying to argue for or against.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I would love to try this out with is, instead of drawing from the modification deck, everybody just always has 3 in their hands and they can play them at any time.
Yeah, I like that idea. Like, why not?
It would be so chaotic, but at the same time, you're like, oh my gosh. But like, make it to where each card can only have 1, and maybe you can only play 1 a turn. But the fact
or there's a scoring system, and if you play more than 1 on a turn, you're going to lose some points.
But it might help you.
Well, I mean, the point, there's not really a score system.
No, but you could do one.
You get death tokens.
Death tokens,
yeah.
So
you can gamble the death tokens. You put them on the on the track, and if you win, you get to lose them. But if you lose, you get double back.
Yeah, there's stuff you could do. I definitely like the idea of having more of those modifier cards. And
I just like the but wait, there's more type of mentality.
Yeah,
it's like, well, I gotta kill this because I got Hitler. It's like, but wait, he's gonna cure cancer tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly, etc.
you do have to say, let's pretend that time doesn't exist.
Right. Because sometimes it's people that are already dead.
That's true.
Because people are already. There was an argument. Well, he's already gone and did his damage.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, you gotta. Like the founding fathers were some.
It's a time traveling trolley. It's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
One of the best things about the game is the fact that the roles that you play shift as the game goes on,
and the teams change because of
it. Yeah, so you're not on the same team the whole time, and I think it's brilliant the way it's done for a 7-player game. This is ideal.
Oh, 7 players is absolutely perfect.
Yeah. I would have been fine with it.
I would say 7+.
You could, yeah.
If it was teams in a way, but that would, change around the game quite a bit.
Having one person be the conductor and then 3 on each team, each having a different set of cards, it works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think this is brilliantly done. I like that it shifts. I like that each person, especially in 7 players, has a role. Mm-hmm. You have something that you do every time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it'd be fun with less than 7 people, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah, you would need people who really like to debate this kind of thing. I think if you play this with people who aren't into that, it's going to fall absolutely flat. And just don't even play it with people like that.
Yeah. It works best as a bigger group of people because that way not one person always has to make arguments. You can hear a lot of people talk.
Yep.
Which is good and bad. These type of games can run long, so you might need to add a timer. You got to make this choice in 3 minutes or whatever.
Which you could easily do, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know, man. I might have to pick this up. This was pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I was very surprised by it.
Yeah, I liked it.
So, Eric, you gonna play it again?
I'll play again.
All right, cool. Any final thoughts? Or are we moving on?
Nope.
I think we all liked it.
All right. Well, that is Trial by Trolley. The next game on this episode is ShipShape.
The designer is Rob Davio. The artists are Daniels Castillo, Andrew Hepworth, and Ben Wooten. And the publisher is Calliope Games.
And I should change that. It's Rob Davio's ShipShape. It actually has an apostrophe S.
Oh, you're right.
In the image. Yeah. I noticed that when I was bringing up the game. It's like, what?
That's funny.
Anyway, ShipShape is a game about going on voyages and bringing back all kinds of treasures and stuff. For the most part, it's pretty abstract, but the way the game is played, each person is going to get a random hold. There's 3 different voyages that you go on. So you basically play the game 3 times, kinda, because at the end of each voyage, you're going to score. So you'll take a voyage deck, which are the player boards that have your hold that you're going to put the tiles you're going to draft. You will shuffle those up and get 1 to start the game. And then you will bring out 3 times the number of players worth of tiles and stack them in the middle. And these tiles, picture them like a tic-tac-toe grid with a border. So it's like a 3x3 grid, but only 3 of the spots actually have a piece of cardboard on it. The rest of the spots are blank, like actually see-through, like there's nothing there. So when you stack them on in a stack and you look down from above, there is a varying degree of depth between the different spaces. So if you're watching the video, it makes a little bit more sense, but trying to explain this for people on the podcast, it does help to see a picture, but basically when you look down, some spots will be covered by other tiles that are above it. And then maybe deep down, you'll see something and be like, well, I know that I won't be able to get a tile that'll fill that space, Because once you get a tile, you can flip it any which way you want, including upside down and the other side of it and stuff like that. Each player is going to have a hand of 10 cards, just values 1 through 10. Everybody's going to select one, put it face down in front of them. You get to look at the stack as much as you want, but you're not allowed to change like physical position. So I can lean in my chair or get up and kind of look over the top, but I can't go and look at it from Eric's perspective, so to speak. Anyway, you put a card down, you flip them over. Any ties are discarded. Once you have no ties, then all those players will take the tiles from highest to lowest value. So if I put a 9 and I was the highest number that didn't tie, I get the top tile. And then if George he put a 6, but then Eric and somebody else tied with the 7s are out, and then George gets the second tile. Once all those non-tied players get a tile, all the tied players will do it again with the remaining stack until they all have a tile. Once everybody has a tile, that's kind of like one round of each voyage, and you're going to play 3 rounds because everybody's going to end up getting 3 of these tiles. Yep. But you never refresh your hand of cards unless you go down to 1 card. So it's not like you get your full-fledged back, full grip back every time. After you've played a voyage, at the end of it, the way the scoring works, there's 4 things you get scored on. 1, printed on your player board, the hold, is actually these rats that have negative values. So you're going to take the gold value of the different gold tokens, the gold icons on your ship, those tiles that you collected, minus any rats, and that's how many gold coins you get. Then you will do these cannons. You count up how many cannon numbers that you have, because some of these spaces will have a cannon icon, but it has like a 2 on it, or a 3 or a 4 or a 0. And you will count up how many points and cannons you have, and then whoever has the lowest cannon value gets nothing, and everybody else gets the gold equal to their cannon value minus what that lowest player had. So if the lowest player had 4 and you had 9 cannons, you're actually going to score 5. And obviously the person who had 4 gets nothing because he had the lowest. Then the opposite kind of happens with contraband. Whoever has the most contraband scores nothing. Everybody else scores gold in value equal to their contraband points. And then lastly, if you're looking top down onto your hold, if every space is covered up with an icon that's not a rat or a blank space, then you get an 8 bonus point gain. You will then take the voyage number 2 cards, shuffle them up, and then divvy those out based on the amount of gold that everybody has. So everybody's going to tell everybody how many gold coins they have. So whoever has the most is in the lead, so they're going to get the worst hold, because the holds actually have progressively worse printed things on them, like more rats or more valued rats or higher valued rats and stuff like that. You'll do it again, and you'll play a third one, and at the end of all that, whoever has the most points is the winner. So I guess I'll start on this one. I was really looking forward to this. We did play this on Tabletop Simulator. It was a little rough because of just the moving things around type of thing with the virtual space.
Yeah, right. It wasn't as easy.
But I'm not going to hold that against the game.
Right.
Because it's obviously not the game's fault. We're playing a person's mod that they made on Tabletop with the scans of the images and stuff. Yeah. But I quite enjoyed this one. I think that it plays up to 6, and there's some weird rules with 6 and, arguably with 5 players. Because it says in the book with 6 people, you should separate into like groups of 3 and then change up the group of 3s each voyage.
Which actually, looking back and playing people. 3, it actually might be better.
It would be better to do that. Mm-hmm. In 5-player game, it doesn't say that.
Right.
Right, yeah. In playing with 5 players, it doesn't say to do that, but it says it's recommended, or at least says something like try it with the 6-player rules. So this game works probably better with 3 and 4 players, because if you do 5 players, it's hard to tell what you can go for.
Right.
And there's a lot more ties.
Yeah.
Even though I do like the tie system, though. Do you like the tie system, Eric?
It was good and bad. I would say overall, maybe I didn't like the tie system because it added just more chaos and randomness to the game, where there's already a lot of chaos and randomness, because there's some stuff that you don't know, you don't really get a lot of information, at least how we played it online, of anything that's, 1 tile down, a little less information, 2 or 3 tiles down, the first tile, everything obviously is on top.
Yeah.
But the second one down, there might be some stuff, or maybe it's all covered, or, 2 of them where one of them is covered. So you know little less information. But once you start getting less than that, you know less and less. So you're either wanting that first tile, you're kind of gambling on the second tile, or you're just getting basically a random tile. 3 on is going to be pretty random for you. So even if I wanted that, didn't want that top tile, I'd rather gamble for a lower tile. I can play a low card, like a 2 or something. But if I was playing with other people and they matched each other, I would get that first tile, even though I did something, I played in a way.
Eric didn't use my strategy.
You gotta get that tile.
You got to look at other people's holds and know when they want that top tile.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want anything lower, you play a high card to try to match them to knock you out of that first round of play so that you come in later when the first 3 or 4 tiles are gone.
I absolutely agree.
Then you got a fresh start.
I agree.
Yeah.
This game lives and dies by reading the other players, by looking at their boards and what they have, and then deciding what they're going to play or not. It's that double bluff thing. I think it's really good.
Was it a double bluff? I wouldn't say it's a double bluff.
Well, yeah, if I think you're going to play a high card and you think I'm going to play a high card, which one of us is going to back off?
Oh, that kind of double bluff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that happens. Does that happen? Did you guys bluff?
I was doing the calculations, but it didn't work out usually.
Right.
In the first game, I didn't try to do it at all because I wasn't thinking that way. But then in the second game, I was, because I looked and I'm looking, and the pattern on a tile that's on top might fit really well for George or you or whoever, and because it goes across like 3 rats, and it's like there's no way they're not going to want to take that because it covers up so many rats. Yeah. And it's 3 spaces they don't already have covered.
They're going to play their highest card.
That might be easier to do on tabletop, but in real life, are you going to be really able to? I mean, if
your table's huge, but I think you'll be able to do it fine. It's just like any other game where you look at people's player boards to see what they've been collecting and stuff.
In a sense. But in this game,
I think it's fine.
You can orient that however you like. So
it might get harder. It might get harder in real life. That's true too. Like, you can't just hover your mouse over their board and look straight down.
Right. See everything they have.
Well, I mean, that's just, but I mean, if somebody is 7 feet away from you,
social distancing,
or like 10 feet away from you, social distancing. Yeah. We got to get like 20 feet tables now.
Right.
My point is, there's not been, or at least with our setup physically, there's never a game where I can't look over and at least get an idea of what
you can get
somebody
an
else
idea,
has.
but really, of course, anything, like I said, two down. If you're looking at the top one, you can kind of determine on how they can place it. But I guess you're only really doing it with the top card or the top tile. Yeah,
you're really only concerned with the top because the top card is what decides, because you know all the information. And so and it works better with 3 and 4 players because there's less card counting.
Yeah, I would say 3.
But I might know that Eric doesn't have his 9 and he just played his 8 last round. And so he has a 10 and a 7. How much does he want this? And I know that you might want that tile, or at least I suspect you want that tile. And so I might play my 10 because you're like all in for it just to tie you and knock us out so that I come back in. Anyway, the point is, I think the tie system is really cool because it is kind of chaotic, but I think you can, with a low percentage, kind of go in with that chaotic, chaos
in mind.
In mind and kind of use it with you. Sure. It's not going to work out all the time, but sometimes it's going to work and it's going to feel really good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. This game is short enough. It's short enough that randomness
and that helps randomness
doesn't
be
matter.
Okay. Right.
And
because it plays in like 30 minutes at 3 players. Now, once you get to 5 players, it's going on that hour-long type of game.
I don't know.
It was like 50-something minutes.
Ever go an hour.
It didn't go an hour. It went like 50-something minutes for 5 players.
We're on tabletop. Everything takes twice as long.
Might be a little slower.
So
that's true. And realistically, it's only 10 minutes a player. That's not too bad.
I don't think it would go an hour ever in real life. I just couldn't see it.
Plus that we played it with a large player camp for our first time too. So
right. So that was probably one of the slower games. Mm-hmm.
And the thing about this one is different than Nova Luna. This one has some excitement to it when you flip over those cards. You know, you're like, ooh, what am I going to get? And then you get to take a card, a tile that you don't know because you can't see it. It's like, ooh, what am I going to get? There's excitement, even though it's random and super light.
That's true, because the top tile you might not even want at all,
right?
Because it would hurt you, because maybe you can't orient it well enough to not kill off something good.
Yeah, there's more to this.
So you might be like, I'm shooting low just to gamble.
In terms of fun factor, there's more to this than Nova Luna for me.
Yeah, all right,
that's fair. What about the different holds that change for the second and third voyage, where it gets worse depending on?
I'm fine with it. It's just basically a built-in catch-up mechanism.
Yeah, which is necessary.
True. It worked out for George.
It might even be a strategy, actually.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, like to do really bad on the first voyage and then come back in on the second a little bit and then ham on the third. I think so.
I think that's a pretty good way to try to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, if you cover up your whole board, or at least most of it, usually your printed whole doesn't matter.
Yeah, but how often did that happen? That happened once.
Yeah.
That's true.
Games.
You do have to really look at it, because the rats.
That's rough. To cover your whole board is really rough. That's like a hole in one.
It is rough.
You know.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
And most of the time, that's not going to be on good play. That's going to be on good luck.
It's a combination.
Mostly
luck. There's a fair amount of luck, but
there's some strategy that you can implement. But even if you implement those strategies, it's going to be based on luck.
It will, but you feel like you've had something to do with that luck.
Yeah. In a way.
Either way, the second time we played this game was much shorter than the first. I mean, obviously we only had 3 people.
Right.
But I don't know, for the length of the game, the speed of the game, what's going on, the fact that it has some fun luck to it. I'm okay with luck as long as it's not just like rolling dice to see what happens and you have no strategy.
Mm-hmm.
There is some strategy here. There's some choices and stuff. There's just things to be aware of, because you got to pay attention to what your opponents are doing. Maybe they are going for a ton of contraband. If they're going for a ton of contraband, that means you get to go for a ton of contraband. You just don't need to go as much as they are.
Right.
But if no one's going for contraband, then you don't want to go for contraband. And the same thing for cannons too. Although I think cannons probably is my least favorite scoring, because if you have the least cannons, you don't get anything.
Mm-hmm. You just take away.
No, but if you have the most contraband, you don't get anything either. So they're the same.
It makes sense, but I don't know. It's always bad if you go for a lot of cannons, like, cause I get it. The contraband is a pressure luck. The cannons are, maybe I thought I was going for a lot and I had 6, but everybody else had like 9 or 10, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's disappointing when you don't get anything on something, but I get it for the contraband, because it naturally has that pressure luck feeling. Anyway, really good game. Any final thoughts? I'm assuming we all like.
I would say
I'm gonna buy it.
I would say it's decent at 3, but I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't really play it at 4. Stay away at 5.
No. If you're playing 5 or 6, just use those alternate rules where you separate into 2 groups.
Okay, which that's kind of weird, but it's better.
Oh yeah, 5 players would be weird, because you'd have a group of 2 and a group of 3. That would be
dumb. Yeah, maybe not a 5-player game.
So, yeah,
not a 5-player game. Good at 3-4, and it works at 6.
Is Seafall a 5-player game?
Seafall?
I think it's 4.
Isn't this 10 million times better than Seafall? And isn't that Rob Davio?
I don't know. This is a review for this game.
They're both seafaring stuff, and it's funny that
I know this is like
he's the one that slaps his name over the front and says it's Davio's.
I know he did claim it pretty hard on this one.
I think he was he's made claims about Seafall too. But anyway, I would rather play this one as a piratey game, and it is family weight, super light. I don't know that I'll pick it up because I have so many other games of its kind of ilk, but I certainly wouldn't turn down a play.
It has some unique elements to it that's not found in a lot of other games, where you're looking at these tiles in a little tower where you're trying to peek in.
Yeah.
And trying to guess on what, which tile that you're going to go for. You also have some hand management where, not only does your high cards matter in this game, you want some high cards and some low cards, maybe some middle cards, just to kind of get which tile that you're going to kind of go for. You might want the first tile. You might want to try to go for the second tile, or you just might, gamble and get that third tile. So,
and there's some card counter.
some uses. Yeah.
Yeah. If you card count, I wouldn't say you're going to do way better, but it's going to help you a little bit if you know who is missing their 10 or who's missing their 1, stuff like that. I mean, you don't have to keep track of every single card to do the best, because like the mid-tier cards, a 6 and a 7, you don't know who's going to pick that if they have, both or whatever. But the 10 is pretty, because they're like, I want this slap. Anyway, yeah, good game. I like it. I'm going to pick it up. All right, that is Rob Davio's ShipShape. So the next game we have on the podcast is Trails of Tucana.
The designers are Eilif Svensson and Christian Amundsen Ostby. The artist is German Bone, and the publisher is Aporta Games plus some others. They will come up in a moment.
I think
Jumping
in
Turtle
US,
Games, Korea Board Games, and Pegasus Spiel.
Fair enough.
So,
Aporta Games, I think, is the one that
has
if
it
you're
in the
US, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Trails of Tucana is basically a flip and write game, not a roll and write, because there's a stack of cards that you're going to be flipping out, and you are going to have a sheet of paper that you're going to be drawing on. So picture like an island that kind of looks like Settlers of Catan, but so it's a bunch of different hexes of 4 different terrain types. So you got water, you've got like plains, you've got mountains and forest. And then it's loosely in a giant hexagon in itself. It protrudes a little bit. There's 2 sides of the paper, so you can do a short game or a long game. Short game, you're going to play through the deck twice. In a long game, you're going to play through it 3 times. Here's what you're trying to do. So basically around the edge of the map, there's on your sheet of paper, there's these different cities, and the cities are like A, B, C, D, and E. And there's one that's, if A is on one side, directly across from it basically is another A. So you want to try to connect these cities together, the A with the A and the B with the B, et cetera, et cetera. And you're also trying to draw lines to connect from these different little icons that are all over the board, like different little artifacts that you can collect, or little pieces like animals or ruins and stuff like that. And if you connect them back to a city, you get to circle those off. And those are going to be scoring for the end of each round. So the faster you get those, the more times they're going to score. Whereas the cities, when you connect them together, you will get in-game points for it, a lot of in-game points. But also whoever connects like the A cities together first gets to keep this card. That gives them some bonus points. And no one else gets those bonus points, but they do get the full amount if they connect those cities by the end of the game. So the way the game plays, though, is that deck of cards, you will flip out 2 cards, and it'll be one terrain type and another terrain type. They might be the same, they might be different, but it might say forest and water. And you have to take a pen and draw a line in the middle of a hex that's forest and connect it to the middle of a hex of an adjacent tile to that forest that is water. So the line is going between 2 hexes that are directly adjacent to each other. And then you'll flip out another 2 cards, draw a line. You can draw this line anywhere. Obviously, you want the lines to connect, because if you can draw an uninterrupted line from a city to these different icons or to the opposite city of the same number or a letter, then that's what's going to get you points. And so you'll go through the whole deck, and then you'll do some end of like round scoring, basically, where for every of these different icons you have marked off and drew back to your city, you're going to get some points. And then if you have connected your cities together, I actually think you get those points right away, because that's how you get the bonus points. And then you're going to come up with like an end of rounds point total. Then you'll shuffle the deck and do it again. And then if you're playing the long game, you'll do it a 3rd time. And there's one last thing. If on the short game, if you get, there's only 2 of each icon, and on the long game, there's 3 of each icon. And if you ever get all 3 of a set, then you get a free draw where you get to draw one line between 2 hexes anywhere you want. So that's pretty much the game. I think I just explained the entire game to you, except for maybe setup. But otherwise, that's it. So Eric, let's start with you on this one. What do you think of Trails of Tucana?
So yeah, I thought it was like you said, it's pretty easy to teach, and it's engaging. It gives you a lot of different choices as you're playing throughout the game. There's you can go for cities, or you can try to get these animals and whatnot back to any of these cities to get those points. I like that it gives you an ability to work on some combos as well. Like you said, once you get a set of a certain type of animal or whatever, you're able to put another line, and that could give you another combo where you could put another line. So I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, I was surprised by it. I like this one too. Works really well in Tabletop Simulator, but as always, if I like a game, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
And I might pick this one up. The only thing I'm concerned with is that, there's two sides, and you're pretty much playing the exact same, landform, I guess, each time.
Mm-hmm.
If you play a side.
Yeah, it's not modular.
It's not modular at all. It would be cool if there was some sort of modular way you can set it up, but I mean, you would have a lot more components than a sheet of paper.
Right.
So, and a stack of cards, but it would be cool if you can randomize the game each time you played it. Like this would work amazingly as
every time you play it, because it's going to come out in different ways.
No, but what I'm saying is like you're looking at the same island every time you play.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I know when we played it online, we got to kind of mark where A is and where A, the other side of A.
That's a very
everybody
good point.
was playing on a different.
That only matters.
Board. I'm not sure if that's the same way.
I think in the rule book, didn't it say that each player randomizes that, where their A is and the other A is and where your B is?
Right.
No, there's different ways to do it. There are cards that have a layout, and you can follow those cards, and you can follow them exactly so everyone has the same board,
or everybody's going to be different.
One. And so each player shifts one time, so you're off.
Yeah, but all that is a letter. The placement of all of them are still the same.
Sure.
All the terrain hexes are all exactly in the same spot. I mean, you're looking at the same printed piece of paper. You just are labeling your two ports different letters than I am.
Right. The company could easily make it so that you could have an app that would just, randomize the map with the same amounts of water and trees and whatnot. Somebody could make this pretty easily, and then you just print it out yourself.
Yeah.
And print it out, sure.
Yeah.
And print it out, yeah. I guess that would be a cool, companion app that you can do and print out or whatever. But I think this game would ultimately work best as a mobile app. It just generates the map in the game, and then bam, you're ready to go.
Sure, yeah, no, I can see that.
It would work. It would work really well as a mobile game.
Works well as a mobile game. I
Every
like
one of these
working as a board game as well.
Flipping rights. Game. They all are practically designed to be mobile apps.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the only thing that I'll disagree with is if it has dice, I don't want to play it on mobile. I like to roll the dice. Mm-hmm. This one is just stuff comes out, I draw a line. So the flip and right games work really well as mobile games, but I don't know, there's something about clicking a button and it just gives you values. I don't like, or maybe it looks like it has animation of dice flying around, but for the most part, it's just deciding in the background what you're going to get and playing an animation.
It's the same thing with the cards. They're just flipping out two cards. It's deciding what you're going to get.
That's true.
Yes, but I don't feel any control over that. If I roll the dice, the physics of me rolling it change between the physics of you rolling it.
Well, actually, if you play on tabletop,
if you play on tabletop, you still have that physics.
Right, you still have the physics. There you go.
That's true.
But I don't consider tabletop an app, though.
Okay.
I just consider it because there's nothing you have to do all the work and all the footwork and all the rolling and stuff like that.
But
now, if you select all the dice and hit roll, then I don't like that.
Gotcha.
To me,
although it still is using physics,
this one was no better and no worse than any one of these roll and rights or flip and rights. They're all kind of the same bag for me. This is fine. Yeah. It's perfectly pleasant.
Yeah, I will agree with you. I think that with most of these roll and rights, there's only a 3-tier score system. You give it a 1, a 5, or a 10. It's like it was a roll and right, or it sucked, or it was awesome. I mean,
I don't know if I'll go with the 10s, but
it's like a 3, 6, or a 8 or something.
Yeah.
My point being is if you're, it's either a roll and right or it's a really good roll and right or a really bad roll and right. There is no in betweens.
This is a perfectly good roll and right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top end of roll and rights.
Yeah.
Topper end, I guess.
Which I'm very tired of now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So we're not doing a top 5? Is that what you're saying?
I just won't be happy.
Top 5 mediocre
Right.
roll and write games. All right. Well, I mean, yeah, this game was fine. It's good. I wouldn't pass it up. I don't necessarily know if I'd buy it because it really does seem like it'd be the exact same game every time.
What does it bring to the table as far as roll and writes? Honestly, like, there's not a whole lot going on. I suppose you could house rule all kinds of stuff and have each one of those little things that you find in the forest give you a power. That'd be nice.
There you go. Expansions.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's a very basic,
I don't know.
perfectly pleasant kind of game.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you are dealing with a little bit of luck because you don't know what's coming out.
Sure.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I would.
I don't know.
I'm not sure I would take this over Avenue, for example, or Karuba, which is not even a.
Oh, I would take this over Karuba,
You would?
which is not rolling right or flipping right.
You didn't like Karuba? Karuba's awesome.
There's more
Karuba's
going
right.
on in Karuba.
Not that much.
Well, anyway, Trails of Tucana. It's good. If you want to just try out another roll and write and you have the ability to play this one, do it. I wouldn't go out of your way to go buy it, but you might be
You
surprised.
should try it. Try it on Tabletop Simulator. It's very nice.
Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't have, put it this way. If it wasn't on Tabletop Simulator, I would have never played this game.
Yeah.
That might be true.
I mean, the chances are super low.
Right.
Unless it was like on a play to win table at a convention.
Yeah. It is awkward on Tabletop Simulator because you have to use the stamp to make your lines. Tabletop Simulator needs like a drawing, like a pencil feature. That's what it needs.
Yeah, that's fair.
But anyway, you use the stamp to make your little lines, and then you have to use the rotation
tool.
and
to
it's
move
like
it.
60 degrees to get the right thing in a hex, but that's rough sometimes. It's awkward.
Yeah.
It worked out all
On
right.
paper, it would just be so simple.
Oh, right. Yeah. In real life, much easier.
Yeah. For sure. All right. What any final thoughts on this one?
Nice.
No, yeah. I thought it was pleasant.
Give it a try. Don't go out of your way. That is Trails of Tucana. So for the final game of this episode, we are talking about Belratti.
All right. Well, this one has an alternate name that I just found out called Stuff. So
Belratti's better.
that's what it says. At any rate, the designer is Michael Loth. There is not an artist credited, which is odd because there's all kinds of art in the game. And the publisher is Mogel-Verlag and also Repost Productions and Games for Gamers.
Cool. George, give us the quick theme of the game, and then I'll explain the summary of the rules.
Okay, well, in this game, there is Belratti, who is a character who is forging art, and he's trying to get it into your museum or the museum that you work with, because you as a group are either cats who are curators of the museum, and they are trying to select art to go into the museum, or you're owls who are the painters submitting art to the museum legitimately. So Belratti is trying to get his fakes, his forgeries, in at the same time. And what was interesting, I didn't realize this until just recently, the name Belratti is, I guess, funny in German because it's a play on words for Beltrassi, who was an actual art forger in Germany.
But this character's a rat.
This is a rat. So Belratti sounds like Beltrassi. And
so maybe it's Belratti.
Yeah. You got me. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But but this was an actual person who managed to get 14 forgeries into museums of various artists. That's how good he was. And he made $45 million on those forgeries.
Those pieces of artworks are pretty pricey.
Yeah, and he was caught, and he was so he was charged with those 14, and he was given 6 years in jail. But he says that he has sold over 100 paintings in total. He hasn't been caught on all of those, and he's made 100 million.
Oh wow!
That's what he says in real life.
So that's the story of Belratti.
That's funny. All right. Well, the game's a cooperative game where the teams will shift because you get a role. Basically, you're either going to be a curator, which is a cat, rhymes with rat, or you're going to get an owl that is the painter. And the idea behind this is you have a deck of cards, and each card has just one piece of artwork on it. Like it might be a table or a lamp or a tent or a bat. It's just one thing that's drawn. And two of those are going to flip out, and they're going to be like the theme of, whatever exhibit that you have in this museum. And without discussion, one team A, which is the cats, are going to have to decide. They get to discuss among each other how many cards they think the painters, the other people on the other team, is going to be able to play and us actually pick and put in the right categories. So it sounds kind of weird, but basically you might flip out like a tent, and then maybe the second card is a stove. And so I don't even think that's a card, but I'm just making it up. Is it? Okay, cool. So you have a tent and a stove, and you're thinking, okay, well, tent, anything camping related might come out. You're not really allowed to discuss this stuff. You just have to be like, you have to think to yourself, I think tent really means camping. The tent's solid green. So anything that has a lot of green might be picked or whatever.
Right. But you can't mention anything about the theme of the exhibit. Can't even identify what the thing is.
Yeah, you can't even say camping. You just know that it is a tent. So anyway, the cats will say, or the curators will say, I think 5. You can say up to 6, I believe, right?
You can say as many as you like, but
it is as many as you want.
It would be crazy.
You can say as many as you want. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why you don't want to, though.
All right.
So you say a number, and then somebody else is like, well, I think maybe
it's
4.
2 to 7. Sorry, it is. It's 2 to 7.
Okay, it does have a limit, yeah. Anyway, once you decide a number, then the other team, who are the owls, are going to say, I think you got a hand of like 6 cards or 7 cards.
Depending
on
the number of players, yeah.
Yeah, depending on the number of players. And you're like, I got 2 cards that will work really well. You can't say what they work well with or for, but you're like, I really think 2 of my cards are great, whatever. So as a team, you will decide who puts what cards in. You don't get to show each other or talk that much. You just decide, okay, well, if you say you got 2 really good ones, you're putting 2 really good ones in. At that point, then you're going to put in 4 random cards from the deck, and these represent like the fakes that Belratti has made. Those all get shuffled and then all revealed, and then the curators have to decide as a team. Okay, well, I think this card would work because it's looks like it's camping related. I mean, it's a lantern, so why would they not play a lantern if there's a tent out there or whatever? You make whatever cases. You line up the cards underneath each theme card that you want, and then the rest of the cards kind of sit off to the side. Once you're finally decided which cards you want, then you'll go through each one individually. Okay, did you all pick this one, and is it in the right spot? Because the painters also have to say, if I'm putting the lantern in, I have to mentally remember that I'm putting it in specifically for theme 1, not theme 2, which is kind of an honor game anyway.
It is.
But it's pretty easy to remember. So you'll say, I put that card in and it's in the right theme. Okay, great. You get that right. That's a point. Or if you get it wrong, then it's a fake. And then, or if you even get it, if it's the right card, like one of your players put it in, but it's in the wrong theme, that also goes to Belratti as well.
Belratti only gets his fakes that go in.
Oh, is it only his fakes?
If you put yours in the wrong theme, but it was still one of your real paintings, that just gets discarded.
You just don't get a point. I got you. Yeah. In Belratti, the whole game basically is you try to get as many points. So you play the game indefinitely until you lose. In Belratti, I think it's 6.
When he gets 6 points, it's all over.
Yeah. The game ends, and then you just see what score you had. And there's a chart in the back of the book that says, if you got above this to this, you get, you're awesome.
Yeah,
technically 15 is a win.
Right.
Yeah.
But
and then past that, it just tells you how well you did or how awesome you were.
And below that, it tells you how terrible you are as well.
And the last thing I'll mention is there are 4 special abilities that can be used.
Yes.
Once you use them, the only way to get them back is to play around where you have. So on the back of the cards, it has a number, like I think it's 3, 4, 5, and 6. And whatever number's on the back of that card, you can only get it back if you play a round where you at least put in that many cards and get them all right.
Where you were requested exactly that many cards.
Is it exactly?
And got them all right.
Yeah. So some of the special abilities that are good are higher numbers, and you have to get them back is really tough. But the special abilities are, one of them's like, is this one of the player cards? You get to identify if it's a fake or not, basically. You don't get to put it in the right column, so you still don't know what column it goes into, but you get to know if it's a player card, and if it's not, obviously it's a fake. You can just put it off to the side. There's one that allow you to redraw your hand, basically, of painting cards, because maybe you have a bunch of terrible stuff. There's one that the curators actually get to use that the painters get to use if the curators shot low or high on their card counts. So they're like, I think we want to go for 6. And then the painters are all talking. They're like, I have one card that might work. And then, okay, let's drop that. So they get to drop it or raise it by one number. And the last card is you get to switch out
the theme.
With 2 things requested.
Oh, one of the themes.
2.
So the curators, 1 or 2, they get to ditch themes that might be tough.
Yeah.
Anyway, George, what do you think about this?
I think that one's useful if the themes are too similar to each other as well.
Right. Yeah, or something that you don't think plays really well.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
I meant the game as a whole, but go ahead.
I like this game. I like this game a whole lot. I like the fact that the owls and the cats shift around the table. So the roles change again. And you get to sort of mix it up in that way, and it's very quick paced. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. There's a lot of discussion. I really like this game. It's almost like a super quick Dixit Mysterium crossover, and and the cards, the art is very basic. It's the one thing that it's a game about art, and the art isn't great, but
that's what I was gonna say. And this game's not really available. I kind of looked around. It looks like maybe it wasn't ever printed in the US.
That's
maybe.
A shame.
I'm not sure, but it's not available anywhere I looked. But if they would reprint this, definitely I would look into it. Yeah, I would purchase it. But if they did reprint it, I would recommend them maybe updating the art a little bit.
Yeah. It's really simple, really easy teach. It's a cooperative game, so good for families. It's just really like this one.
You know what I really like about it is similar to when we were talking about Trial by Trolley earlier, is that the teams always shift.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a co-op game, but what happens at the beginning of the game, depending on the player count, you put in so many curators and painter cards, and those get shuffled up and divvied out. And so at the end of each round, you pass that card to the left, and so you're always on different people's teams.
Right.
So I thought that was really cool. And talking about the art, I think it has to be simple, though, because the idea is almost like more of like a silhouette of something, or not really a silhouette, but it has to be that specific.
Right,
thing.
Like the concept.
It can't be a whole artwork.
And it allows flexibility in how you play the cards. It could be that this card looks like the thing, or it has the same function as the thing, or it elicits the same feeling as the thing. Like, it gives you options. It doesn't have to be just, well, these look the same. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Which I would say that if they updated the artwork, that they increase what they have on each card, but I'm just saying to update the art style in itself for myself.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like put several objects on one card. Oh man, that would be hard.
No.
That'd be tough.
You are right.
Yeah.
It'd be so hard.
Right.
The only thing I will say that it doesn't seem like it would, but you can get really screwed by those 4 cards that come out because
just be perfect.
Oh, they could be.
Right.
Yeah. But I guess if you're really paying attention to when the painters were talking, you might be able to decipher some of it, because it's like, this looks too good to be true, and none of them said they had a strong card.
True, yeah.
Right.
But if they did and a strong card came out, then it's like, which one's the strong card? Because we had one where it's like a truck. It's like not a garbage truck, but it's like a semi truck, and it's a red cab and a white cargo bay thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then one of the other cards that came out was a pill, and it was half red, half white. And it was like so good. Yeah. but it was a fake.
Belratti, he's got some skill, is the thing.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That rat.
So you're not going to win every time. It's, you're on a timer and it depends on, that kind of luck, but the process
you kind of have to
fun.
think outside the box as well. So nothing's, this is definitely, correlates with this. You have a hunch and, for me, something can correlate rather well. For you, it might not correlate as much, but hopefully we're kind of on the same page,
right?
When we're kind of working together.
And it is fun because if somebody's trying to argue the fact that this thing has to be the right one because look how good it fits, there is always the fact that it could be a fake.
Right.
And on top of that, it could, like you said, okay, well, maybe the person who played the card really didn't see that. And maybe, for instance, they didn't really pay attention to the themes. And so if one theme was that truck in the pill example I gave, maybe the other theme is a syringe and it's medical. So then which one you put it on? Because it matches the colors of this, but it's clearly a medical item, and so is that.
Yeah, that's tricky.
That would have been a bad painting card to play, but
I did that. I played the 8-ball from Pool, and it was
that was horrible.
It was this hard, like, black ball, right? But then I didn't realize that the theme that I wasn't playing it to was this metallic black thing. And so you thought, well, that's black. It matches that. But really, it was because the semi-truck rolls, and so does a ball.
Right.
That was my bad.
we didn't get that.
It happens. Yeah. It happens. Can't get them all. It's not like Pokemon.
But I think the length of the game is a good length because, Belratti gets 6 and you're done. It doesn't go on forever. We barely got 15. We pulled it out.
Right.
But the length is good. The feel of the play is good. The discussion is good. I like this one.
Me too. I think it's really good. And I think that if it's not available, what is available is Tabletop Simulator. You can download all the cards and print them. Or
there you go.
I think this one's good enough to probably proxy, and it's easy enough to proxy if you can find a game that had card images that had like one image on each thing.
Yeah, you give it a shot.
And I'm sure there's a mass market game out there.
You can absolutely give it a shot. Yeah, it wouldn't even have to be art. It could just be, a game like Plucking Pears or something like that. Where it's just a bunch of images, like photo images of objects.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but definitely try to track it down, support the actual publishers because it's great.
Yeah, if this actually never got printed in U.S., it really needs to be because I can see this one doing really well. What year was this? I can't remember.
A couple of years ago.
It's
2018. Actually, so newer than I thought.
Yeah,
from the artwork and how it looks, I thought it was a few years old.
No,
man, yeah, that really should. I mean, it was a Golden Geek Best Party Game nominee, so.
Yeah, it got recognition.
I guess maybe it did get.
It really should get.
Maybe it did get released here.
I don't
sure
know.
It didn't get released.
Well, I'm not sure if it got released here. It's just not available anywhere that I've seen, whether on eBay or Cool Stuff or Miniature Market.
Oh, here we go. Under versions, Belratti German edition 2018, Belratti Spanish and Catalan edition 2019, Stuff is the English French edition in 2020. Oh. So maybe, Eric, you need to look for Stuff.
We need Stuff.
That is a dumb name. Yeah. Sorry, dumb. Dumb.
Yeah,
dumb.
I mean, why not just keep it?
It is all
Belratti?
caps, so I'll give it that stylization there. But no, that's a stupid name.
Now
Sorry.
I wonder what the art is going to be like. Is it going to have cats and owls? If it doesn't, I'm not interested.
It looks worse.
Oh, does
actually.
That's sad.
Yeah, if you're on BoardGameGeek and you click on versions, it's the first one that shows up, and the artwork is just terrible.
No, depressing.
Like,
versions.
I don't know. Like, it looks like the character cards that you pass out are like round cards and hexagonal cards.
Right.
It doesn't look like it kept the rat theme or the animal theme
terrible.
at all.
No.
Like they're actually just people.
It's just
and it looks like it's not even a museum. It's like you're collecting stuff. The person on the front has a big bag of stuff.
Where do you find versions? I don't see that.
Do you see where it says like underneath the big image, it says like overview, ratings, forums, images.
Yeah.
It's like a line of stuff. You're on the phone, aren't you?
Oh.
I don't know where it's at on the phone. We'll look that up
There's
later.
not even
but
that many pictures as the last picture under Belratti.
Okay.
Yeah, go to pictures and go to the last thing. This is making great podcast content. But
there's 8 images. You can scroll through.
I'm not impressed with the art in stuff. Even the graphic design just seems meh. Yeah. It looks like Repost was the one who published it.
Yes, that's correct.
So, but with that being said, I'll probably still buy it because I like the gameplay enough to get over it.
They went for square cards as well.
Yeah, like all the cards are square.
So you can't sleeve them. Not that you would. They're not. You wouldn't need to sleeve them.
You could sleeve them. I mean, there's some sleeves that'll fit them if they're the right millimeter.
I see. Just the one picture. Okay. Oh, did they make just one? Is that the same company?
That's what it looks
I don't remember, but it's in the background.
Oh, so it's going to be like a moving stuff. You know, like you're moving apartments or something.
Like which box does it go in?
That's
or something?
A miserable.
The other theme was so clever and it sounded cool.
And it had cool cats and owls. Okay, now
Post also did just one as well.
I'm disgusted.
All right, well we're gonna close this one out. Final thoughts?
No, I liked it. I would
based on this version.
Get the Belratti version.
The Belratti version is probably better. I would still try out the stuff version, I guess.
Yeah,
there's no joy in that version. I can just tell from the one picture.
Man, I might import the German edition and just print out English rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll have to.
There are no. It's language independent.
It is.
So as long as you had a rule book that was different, it'll be fine. So. Anyway, I guess that's a 3-way. We recommend Belratti stuff. Yep. All right, that was Belratti.
Top party game
of 2018.
Yes.
And so for our final topic of this episode, we are going through our top 5 favorite real-time board games, or at least board games that has some sort of real-time aspect to it. I'm assuming that not every game we picked was full real-time, correct?
That's right.
George is like, maybe. Don't spoil my list.
No, yeah, it wasn't full. Not every game, no.
Most of my games are.
Well, you know what? I will start off by saying this. I went through, first off, on Board Game Geek, there's only 23 pages of games. So I expected more games. I mean, it's still a lot of games, but it is way less than most of the other searches I do.
Okay.
And the second thing is, I had played way more than I actually remember because I was constantly going through this list. I was like, what? But then I had to skip over a bunch because I knew they wouldn't be in the top 5. And I ended up narrowing it down to 18 that I had to then decipher, or pair against each other down to 5.
There's a lot of real time games.
Yeah.
Yeah. My point was, I thought this list was going to be much easier because I haven't played that many. Or maybe not that many that were good, but this was a really fun list to go through. I was pleasantly surprised. Now, I mean, a lot of the ones I thought about beforehand made it in the top 5. So there was some that was better than others.
Definitely.
I'm hoping that 2 of them are on your lists, and I'm thinking they will be because
I
would have picked them, except that I figured you would have, so I didn't pick them.
I don't go with that. I just picked the 5 I like.
Okay.
But all right. So let's start with Eric. You want to begin?
Sure. So number 5 for me is Galaxy Trucker. So it has that real-time element where you're going through all these tiles, you're making up your ship. I mean, you do have it blown up. That's not the best part of the game, but
that's the best part of the game.
If you're going on an adventure,
Eric, don't you hate this game?
No, I don't necessarily hate it. I don't
5.
like. Yeah, that's all right.
All right, well,
that's number 5.
I'll make sure I bring it next time.
All right. No, I do enjoy it. It's not a bad game, and there is enjoyment in making this cool ship. It's just sad to see it be destroyed.
That's the best. I love this game. I love this game so much, and I figured Tim would pick it rather than you because I've heard you say you didn't like it that much. But I'm glad you picked it.
I give it credit.
That's one of the 2 that I didn't pick because I thought someone else would pick it.
Awesome.
That's fair. All right. What about you, George? What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Walkstar.
Oh yeah, Walkstar.
Walkstar.
Yeah.
This made my short list. Go ahead.
So in this one, you're cooking various Chinese dishes, and you're cooking on a wok, and so you've got this wok. Here it is, and you have these little pieces that you put. What am I pointing at? That you put on the board and move around as you play the game, and you have to get them in certain positions. You have to get them certain numbers of ingredients in order to make your various dishes, all under time pressure. And you have characters with various powers, and you earn money for running a restaurant, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. I had fun with this one.
There's the older version.
Yeah, it was really fun. Oh, yeah, that's the first edition. The only reason I didn't put it in my top 5, I really liked it, but I remember not liking the very end, like the scoring and stuff like that.
The scoring is money.
Because it's basically just, but it's basically just to see how much money you can make, right?
Well, yeah, but you could think of that as points.
Let's play it again. But I really enjoyed the game. It was fun. My number 5 is Going, Gone. This is a game where you have these 5 little cups, and you put cards that are associated with each cup. You put the cards next to them. All of them get 1 card, but 2 of them get 2 cards. And you have a bunch of cubes. This represents your money. And then you basically, one person's going to be the auctioneer. They are also bidding on these cups as well, because if you have the most cubes in the cup, then you're going to get the cards. But it's in real time. But the real time element is dictated by the auctioneer. So they count from 20 down to 0, and they do it as fast or slow as they want, but they can't change speeds.
Was it 20?
So like,
it's 10.
It's 10. It's 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like 10, 9, 8, 7. And people are just dropping cubes and stuff. And they're like, don't put any more cubes in my cup. I'm putting cubes in this.
And you could try to snipe it, like right at the last second, like just throw it from across the table.
Yeah. You like sit back and you act like you're out of it. You're like flick it out with your thumb. Bam, let's shoot it in there. That would be awesome. Game. But the auctioneer has this huge paddle that he just slams over top all the
to close the auction.
Cups to close the auction. Oh, it's so fun. It's so really good. It is really good. And I think this game did really well when it first came out, and then now it's like in clearance and stuff.
It is.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good choice.
If you can pick this up, pick it up, because it's worth it. It's really fun.
And it was designed by Scott Nicholson.
Scott Nicholson, right. Yep. All right, Eric, what's your number 4?
Number 4 for me is XCOM, the board game. So this is app-driven type of real-time game, and where you're choosing these different roles. And it's, like I said, it's app-driven. The app even teaches you how to play it. You go on like a little training mission as well. And we had a good time with it, and it is one of those games that uses that app, and hopefully it stays around for quite some time, because it is a big part of the game.
Yeah. Once you download it, you got it. As long as you don't delete your phone.
Yeah, somebody's got it on the internet somewhere. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think there's actually, if I remember correctly, there's a website for it too. And
okay.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
There's an expansion for it as well. I haven't played that.
I haven't either.
Yeah, that might be worth looking into. And what I really like about it is that everyone has a different role that's very different.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you got one that is kind of like the communicator, I believe it was, that has the app, kind of reads everything out. So you have one that's in charge of like the military, and one that's in charge of the money. So yeah, definitely a game where if you have problems with, someone's jockeying the game and trying to play a co-op game and having control of all of it, you don't have time.
Yeah.
You just have time to do your thing. So everybody has their own little job.
Yeah, it's a good solution for the alpha player problem.
I like it quite a bit.
Cool.
What's your number 4, George?
It is UGTech.
UGTech, you said you was going to bring it over.
I know. That was before COVID hit.
Yeah.
And this is a game in which you have a bunch of blocks up here, and you're going to be placing them out on in a pattern that is shown by the cards. But you don't get to see the card and place the blocks. You have someone who is your foreman, your caveman foreman, and he's directing you how to do it by doing various noises and things, which you have to interpret, because there's noises for color and noises for shape and noises for placement. It's fantastic. And he has a club.
Does it give you these noises?
Sorry?
Like Like there's a red.
Yeah, like
Okay,
whatever.
awesome.
It's so good. It's so good. And then you have a blow up club that is your tool during the game. And in order to say no, you hit someone on the head twice with this blow up club. But in order to say yes, you hit them on the head once. So you just hit them the whole time. It's hilarious.
My gosh.
You have two teams that are going at the same time, and they're just barking out these orders and just bashing each other with clubs. It's amazing. And
sounds awesome.
I have I have both versions. I have the Fantasy Flight did a version called Ugtect, and I feel like they sort of like the other game that we were talking about earlier, where Belratti got turned into Stuff, which is not a great name. Ugtect is not as good a name as Argtect, because you're architects. You get it?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my pick for number 4.
Awesome.
So much
nice. Fun. My number 4 is Jetpack Joyride.
Oh yeah.
I like this quite a bit. I really like the app that's on the phone, and this mimics it pretty well. Basically, you have a scene that you build out of 4 cards, and it stretches from left to right, almost like a side scroller in a video game. Like you have that whole level in front of you, and it has all the traps and all the different things on it. And in the middle, much like Galaxy Trucker, there is all these plastic, almost looks like Blocus or Tetris shapes that are see-through, and you're going to grab them one at a time and place them on your board in a line from left to right and avoid the traps and all that stuff. And you also have some objective cards that are come out each round. Everybody's doing this at the same time. And so maybe one of the objectives is you get points for every time you reach the ceiling and the floor throughout, like for every pair of reaching the ceiling and floor throughout the stage, stuff like that. So it is so good. I'm so mad that I did not back the Kickstarter and get all that stuff. But I think this might be the first game that I go out of my way to acquire the Kickstarter version of.
Wow.
Awesome.
That wouldn't be true, though. Because you do have Kingdom Death Monster.
Well, I mean, like, to where I get all the stretch goals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, Kingdom Death's available in retail.
Is it?
I could buy the retail version of Jetpack. Yeah. Oh, I mean, you can only get it from their website and stuff. They only sell
it for $1,000 like everyone else? Okay.
No. No, that's expansions.
Okay.
Yeah.
The base game's 400. All the expansions together is 970 or something.
Yeah.
Much more expensive than Jetpack Joyride, but like Jetpack Joyride, just like games like the Simon games like Rising Sun, you know, some of the cards and the stuff in the collector's edition you can't get, you know, if you buy the retail
That's
copy.
Right. You can't get the fake monkey monster that
they made off of fake
fake Wikipedia page. Amazing.
But like, I think in Jetpack Joyride, the 5th and 6th player expansion stuff only comes with the Kickstarter, for instance. And I really liked it at higher player counts.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Dope.
All right, Eric.
Number 3 for me is Unlock Games. So in these Unlock Games, you are going through a deck of cards, and it's usually you're trying to escape something, you're figuring out puzzles. Obviously, we're not that good at it because we never get like 3 stars. We always get like 1 or maybe 2, sometimes 0. But it's always fun.
Yeah, I liked them quite a bit. The only reason I didn't include them on here is because I debated if it counted.
Is counted as real time. You are under a time crunch to do it within.
Yeah, and you do
a specific amount of time.
Yeah, but we're gonna do a later list of escape room games. So.
Oh wow!
Man, we could do a top 5 of Unlock games.
Right.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, if I would have decided to include escape room style games, this would have been higher on my list too, for sure.
So,
yeah, they're so good,
and they're reasonable price too. You know, most of them you can get, I don't know, sub $15. I think retail, all of them are $15. Okay. Yeah.
And so most of the time you can get them cheaper than that, or you can they have like a bundle that comes with 3, like that series that was released, that whole wave, you can get cheaper. I think it's like maybe 40 or 35 or something like that. Yeah. It's a lot cheaper than buying. It's not like super cheaper than buying all 3, but it's cheaper.
They're one and done, right?
They are one and done. Unless you have bad memory, then you wait a year, you play it again.
Yeah, I mean, you could play it a few years later,
right?
I mean, I think it might come back to you as you're playing it. Maybe
some little things, right?
Yeah,
but you're gonna have to figure it out again.
I was just thinking you might be able to get it cheaper from someone who's already played it.
You can.
Agreed. This is definitely a math trade item. Like trade for them. I mean, because they'll trade well. All right, what about you, George? What's your number 3?
Is Shadows Amsterdam, and this is a team game, which is real time. Both teams are competing against each other to move around on a map that is made up of tiles. So you have a map of tiles that all have different art on them, and in the game, your team leader is trying to get you to go where he wants you to go and to avoid the police. And so he's giving you clues by putting out a line of other tiles. And so these tiles are giving you information about where you may want to be going. But it's very Dixit-like. You're not getting anything specific. You're just getting, well, it might be this kind of thing because look at these 3 things, these 3 elements on these tiles, whatever. And so you have to discuss it as a team and you make your move. But are you going too fast because you're going to run into the police if you're not careful? And the other team might be going faster than you are. So there's all this stress and pressure. It's a really good time. I find this.
Yeah, I want to try this one out.
Like purposeful than something like Dixit, but sort of similar at the same time.
I remember when it came out at Essen, I believe, like last year. Did it come out last year?
Longer than that.
Maybe it was the year before. And I put it on my my anticipated list. Never got into the table.
We should play it. This is my kind of game. I love this.
Awesome.
Fair enough. My number 3 is Panic on Wall Street. And this is a game where it plays up with a lot of people. And you're either going to be a manager or you're going to be a banker. Basically, the stocks open, everybody starts yelling, all the managers are trying to, or one side's trying to put their chips that represent their player color on the different stock options that all the other team has, and be like, I'll buy that, I'll pay you 20 and whatever, and then somebody else can be like, he only paid you 20, I'll pay you 25, and it knocks their chip off, or you can be like, you know what? I'll buy that. I'll pay you 30, but you gotta close it so you can put it down and it's like marked as closed so you can never change it. It's so much fun. It is so chaotic. It plays a lot of people. I think it plays up to 11. So it's like a Spinal Tap of board games. It's awesome. And it just...
No, this one's really good. Of course, if you have a big crowd, it works out well.
Big crowd. I do say I believe it's kind of hard to find because it is out of print. It's been out of print for years at this point.
That's crazy.
But it's so good. It's got a lot of good reviews. And if you have the option to get it, definitely just buy it. I mean, if you never play with more than 3 or 4 people, don't buy it. You're never going to play this game. Because I think it's at least like 6 players plus. Yeah, it's definitely a big group game.
But it's got to come back into print, you would think.
Have you played this, George?
I played it ages ago. Like this game's been around for a long time.
2011. So in board games, in board game years, as far as designer board games, that's pretty long.
It feels longer. Yeah. I think COVID has changed my perception of time.
I do believe that January was about 6 years ago. Yeah. At this point. But yeah, they didn't come out with any other versions past 2012.
I thought this was older than that.
I mean, even if
I don't know.
Yeah, 2011, but I mean, there's always there's a handful of copies on the Geek Market on Boardgamegeek, and the lowest is 65.
Oh yeah.
So the highest is 140. Yikes. It's really good. It's worth checking out, and if you can come across it, definitely buy it. I mean, first off, it'll resell well if you hate it, but I don't think you're gonna want to get rid of it. All right, Eric.
All right. So number 2 for me is Pandemic's Clear. So this is a game where you are I said pandemics. It's paramedics. Paramedics cleared. So you are paramedics. You're out and you're getting these people and you're triaging and you're trying to get them to the hospital, and it's all in real time. So I think that like the first round you only have 60 seconds and it goes to like 45 seconds, and then like third round I think you had like 30 seconds. So you're really crunched in time and trying to do all the things that you need to get done. It's really hectic and fun.
Yeah, we played this one together.
I don't know if I missed it on the list, but I would have absolutely put this in the top 5. I completely forgot about this, man. You know what it was? Is I was trying to look through Boardgamegeek, and I didn't come downstairs and look at my actual games. Actually, you know what? I sorted by the games I owned. Something's lying to me. I'm gonna have to look into this. Either I don't have it marked as owned, or it's not marked properly as a real-time game. But did you look up real-time games and find it that way?
Yes, it is category real-time. Yeah, it's down there.
Wow. Man, yeah. I don't know if I missed it or what, but I would have absolutely knocked off Going Gone for sure. I'm not saying it would be number 5. It probably would be in my top 3.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Which is bad because, I mean, we play a lot of games. But I really, really like this game, especially at 2 players. It's even crazier at 2 players.
I didn't play it at 2. We played it though, Eric, didn't we? With 3, I think. I really liked it.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I really liked it too.
Yeah.
It's just because you get 60 seconds, but if I go and then Eric goes, you technically had 2 minutes to think about what you're going to do.
So it's not.
Otherwise, if I go 60 seconds and then you go, it's back and forth and back and forth. By the time you're done setting your stuff back up,
tired.
It's back to your turn.
Yeah. It's great. It's great.
Man, I'm upset I didn't put this on here. So I'm just going to shoehorn it in. It's in my top 5. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to modify my list in real time, though. So go ahead, George, with your
all right, my number 2 is Pictomania. This is a Vlad Chvátil game. It's my favorite drawing game. And you have to draw really fast, but at the same time, everyone's drawing at the same time. And what happens is you have a bunch of cards that are placed out, and they have various categories on them. So you're going to get a symbol and a card that matches that symbol, and so you're going to know a number and a symbol for the card, and that's what you're going to be drawing. But you have to determine what everyone else is drawing at the same time that you're doing this frantic drawing, and everyone else is doing this as well. So it's this manic, like how clear, how communicative can you be in your
how fast can you
and
do
how
it?
fast can you do it while at the same time deciphering everyone else's. It's hilarious and amazing. And this is a picture that looks...
And we're specifically talking about the first edition right now because the second edition changes things up.
Yeah, I only have the first edition, so I don't know.
Yeah, we have the second edition to play. We just have to get it to the table once we get back together.
So did it change things very much? Because the first edition is a masterpiece.
I believe, it slimmed it down. First off, the box is way smaller. And I think you only put out 3 of those cards instead of 6.
Okay, I wouldn't like it. And this picture that I'm looking at here does not in any way represent what the pictures turn out like. These people were not drawing while completely panicked. This is someone just drawing, 4 relatively calm pictures. So, it's.
They all took their time.
There's no way that you made straight lines for the house.
That's kind of straight.
It says one big change for this edition compared to the base game is that only 3 word cards are in play no matter the player count, allowing you to jump into each round more quickly since you don't have to read as many words to guess.
I don't mind reading words.
So maybe it'll work.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I'd give it a try, but I like it where you have 6 things to worry about. I like it where your brain hurts.
It is crazier, yeah. So maybe at that point you don't eliminate a card once you realize that somebody had an option from that card or whatever.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, we'll figure that out and review it later. But yeah, I agree. I liked it so much. I own a copy of it. My number 2 is Trade on the Tigris. This is a game by Tasty Mitchell Games. And it's designed by Engelstein's. Jeff Engelstein. I was like going to say Greg. I'm like, that's wrong. Hey, Jeff and Sydney Engelstein. And no, it's not Sydney. It's
it's Sydney.
The guy did Ludology with him. No, it's the Rob, I think. Oh my gosh. I got to do this. Trade on. Do it in real time.
On our real time list.
Right. Just because I feel bad to get it wrong. It's Rob something. No, it's Ryan Stern. That's what it was. Yeah, Jeff Engelstein and Ryan Stern. They're the ones that started the Ludology podcast. And the whole point of this was they designed it during the podcast and then, got it published. So it's basically Pit on crack because you're collecting all these cards and stuff and you're going up and down these government tracks and stuff. We've reviewed the game before. I don't remember what episode it was, but basically it has that real-time element that Pit has where during the trade phase, you're like, I got, this, I got that, I got this, and you're trading among players. But there is a way to kind of lie in this game because you only have to tell what's on the top half of the card, not what's on the second or on the bottom of the card. So you can trade it to somebody and you're like trading them a fish and they know they're getting a fish, but they also don't know that it's going to move them down on the government track away from which way they were going. So it's got a little bit of a take that. It's not terrible, but it's got enough take that, and it's got some really cool bad cards you want to get rid of. You can lie about those. It's such a good game.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
We reviewed it on episode 86.
Just looking that up.
Yeah, I found the video if you want to watch that. So that's my number 2. Eric, lead us off with honorable mentions, which I'm assuming no one's going to have one.
I got one. I just got one. So honorable mention for me is Captain Sonar. Kind of why I put it in here as honorable is, you need 8 players, definitely, I would say, for this to shine the most. However, for the first few games that we've played, it caused some tempers. But after we got it going and got the rules down and it was really fun. So, you have this huge board in the middle of the table and you're on 2 different teams. You have like a captain, you have a chief mate, a radio operator, and an engineer. And you have someone that's basically trying to like listen in to see where your submarine's kind of going in the water.
That's the best part.
Trying to coordinate. Yeah, that is the best part. Coordinate where you're at so that you can shoot a torpedo at them. So, awesome game if you ever get a chance to try it out.
Yeah, I like it. I agree with you. That's the only reason I when I was writing down the games, I put it in the top half, which is like potentially going to make it. But then I really thought about it and I was like, I don't know if I'd like to play it without 8 people.
Right.
Because there's 4 rolls on each side. You could do 6 because 2 rolls are kind of lighter and you can combine those. And I think that's what it does in the game with 6. But I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's a really good game. It's just very specific, and that's what kind of kept it off.
They have
my
different
list.
Versions. They've just come out with a version that's 2-player version even.
Which Tim has? Oh, a 2-player or 4-player?
No, I've got Sonar, which is a 4-player version, but it's turn-based. It's not real time.
Oh, okay.
Which you have to try out. But
now I don't remember if it had a variant where you can play it in real time, but I believe the game is turn-based.
I'd like to play that.
Or Captain Sonar, you can play. It's either way. I think it's meant to play real time, but
it's
for sure.
You can do it turn based.
They say like as a training mission or whatever you can
turn based.
Turn based. All right, what about you, George? On honorable mentions. This is the length of the podcast where I just start stuttering over myself. So forgive me.
I'm gonna go with this honorable mention, but I just want to reserve the ability to come back and do another honorable mention if you guys don't actually have the one game that I really figured you would have on your list.
Oh, yeah?
All right.
Yeah, because it deserves a mention somewhere. But anyway, my honorable mention, the thing I didn't put on this list at all were puzzle games, because there's so many puzzle games that are timed puzzle games. I love those. It's one of my favorite categories. And so I didn't put any on the list. And then I thought, well, I'll put one as an honorable mention. And it makes the list because it came with its own special timer, like a special egg timer that came with the game.
That always break. All those timers always break.
They tend to. Mine hasn't yet. I hope it doesn't. But this game is Mondo, and you have a tile, a place to put tiles that you're trying to fill. And let's see if I can. That's not going to be very easy to see. Anyway, you're going to be collecting these tiles that have like animals and terrain on them, and so you're going to be filling up your world with terrain, and they have animals on the tiles as well, and so you get points for getting certain sets of animals. You want to go really fast because if you finish first, then you'll grab extra points for that, and you'll get to go first the next round, that kind of thing. There's volcanoes that you want to try to get as few of as you can, but it's essentially Galaxy Trucker with animals. And everyone's grabbing out of the same pile in the middle with one hand and placing it on your board or not and putting it back. And the tiles are double-sided, so you have to check both sides or put it back a certain side up or whatever. And they don't have as many special powers as Galaxy Trucker does, but it's a much simpler game. It's a much faster game to teach, and it's just a really wonderful spatial puzzle.
Cool.
I think I have some more pictures of it somewhere, but I can't find them right now.
I'm going to eat crow here because I have like 2.
That's right.
It's okay, as long as one of them is the one that I want it to be.
No, it's fair. Is it Slide Quest? Oh, I put Slide Quest as an honorable mention because I feel like it's a game you beat and then you're done with.
Yeah.
So you play through all the missions and you're like, okay, I've played the game. I don't really need to play it again. Even though it's really fun, it would be cool if they came out with more stuff. But that's why it's on the honorable mention. But my actual real big honorable mention is Brawl. This is a game by I think it was Steve Jackson. Oh, maybe it's Cheap Ass Games. I don't remember. But it's a game where you get a deck of cards and it represents a character from a fighting game. And then you're in real time basically playing cards on the table to beat each other up. And then your deck is always seeded with these freeze cards at the very bottom of the deck. So it is a speed game. You want to play them as fast as possible because once you get to the freezes, you freeze the locations that are out on the table. And then you count up how many hits you got in, and whoever got in the most hits actually beat up the other person and won. But what's cool about it is you play, and there's 3 different color hits. So I'm playing blue hits on one of your characters, and then you play a block on it. And I'm like, oh crap. So now you got to play a press to stop the block to continue to play blue hits. But you also have clear cards. So if I see that you're beating up one of my cards too much, I can clear it and wipe the whole thing off to the side and then play another character there. The characters are just a card that's the same image as your character deck that you're playing. And each deck has so many of those. So you can wipe them and put new ones out. And it's basically whoever wins 2 out of 3, because you can have up to 3 what's called bases, which is a character image in play. And then whoever wins 2 of 3 of those is the winner. And the game literally takes 60 seconds, maybe.
It was worth one play.
It's so fast.
60 seconds.
I played it a lot of times. I think I have about 8 or 9 decks, and I've probably played it 50 times, maybe more than that. Because typically in the past, these are some of the games I had before I was into a lot of these games. It's a pretty old game.
1999.
Yeah. So we've played it for many years, and we would sit down and play it 10 to 15 times in a row and do that multiple times a week. Especially when I lived with my cousin, we played this thing a lot. So it's a really fun game. I put it on here because it is one of those games that I feel like CCGs, it ended up just dying for me. It's not a collectible card game or anything, but I'll get it out for nostalgia reasons, but it's not going to make it in a unless the top list is 100 long. It's so far down on my list at this point that it's more of an honorable mention.
I just realized another category of games that I didn't put on this list that I really enjoy are any dexterity games. There's a lot of real-time dexterity games.
Yeah, I kind of had to take some games and debate how much real-time aspect is it, and is it into the spirit of what this list would need? Yeah.
I mean, games like Fast Track, or something like that.
Exactly. I guess that's probably a real-time.
Mm-hmm. Or Way Kick or Clask or something like that. Where
would you count Jungle Speed as real-time? it's almost like a bunch of waiting and then like 2 seconds of real time.
I don't know that I would actually count jungle speed as real time.
Yeah. So like stuff like that I was debating. I don't know. I really debated on wanting to put Happy Salmon on here too, but it's such a short game. But I mean, Brawl's a short game, but it actually has a lot of strategy. Mm-hmm. Happy Salmon is almost too light to make a list.
That would be a real-time game.
Everybody owning it.
Game.
It is a real-time game, and I do say that everybody should own it.
We'll stop there.
Anyway, let's in the essence of time, let's get Alexa to give us a drum roll.
Drum roll is usually defined as the sound of a drum, especially a snare drum.
Alexa, stop.
Beaten rap.
This is why you're the intern. Alexa, drum roll.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Oh my lord. Alexa, drum roll, please.
Okay.
I guess I had to say it the right
you
way.
Did say
Eric, what's your number one? I gotta say please, the magic word. I tell my children this all the time. Why can't I do it?
All right, so number one for me, I like this game a lot because there's the hecticness of it, but it is Space Cadets Dice Duel. It's another one that's probably best at 8. You can get away with 6 perhaps, but usually you have a captain, and then you have other people having roles within the ship. So you have these 2 ships on this board, and you're trying to get in close proximity to each other. Maybe not facing each other. You might want to come to the side or behind them. So you want to hit them with a missile. So you have one person that's in charge of energy. You have one person that's in charge of getting the weapons ready. You have to get that information to your captain because your captain has to kind of time it, say to stop and fire your weapons. And so if you want a game that is very loud and hectic, I think this one ranks up there.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
It's fun. It's craziness.
Yeah,
I like the Dice Duel one better than just Space Cadets.
And that's that's one I said I do as well, like the Dice Duel one better.
Oh yeah, Space Cadets was way too heavy for what it was. Yeah.
Cool.
And there's an expansion, but we haven't played it. It's these little TIE fighters, and I guess if you have 10 people, you can put 2 people on TIE fighters, and they have that little shit.
You can, but they're called.
They're like a third team.
They're die fighters. They're not TIE fighters. They're die fighters.
TIE fighter.
Eric, why don't you have this?
I need to get it.
Yeah, we need to try this out. All right, George, what's your number
one?
My
number one, and I hope you're gonna have for your number one the one that I still haven't mentioned, but I love it so much. But this one is somewhere. I've got to find the picture. But, you think I'd be ready?
I know number one that you like a lot.
You might have to go first, Tim.
You haven't said it, so I'm kind of wondering if you're going to say it as well.
Well, here, I'll just go ahead and do my number one then. My number one is Galaxy Trucker.
Oh, there you go.
So it's not what George was wanting to hear, but at the same time, this game's fantastic. It is literally skirting my top 10 games of all time every time we do that list. And it's only because I like other games better. But
that is how that works.
I mean, it's so good. It is, right. I mean, I would say it's in my top 15 for sure. But on this list, it's definitely number one. I just love the idea behind the fact that you got to use one arm and build your ship, but you can't make any adjustments as you're building it. So you're like, oh, why did I put that there? And but it has that other element where you get to look at the stacks of cards. So if you're fast enough, you can kind of pre-plan, or at least you don't have to predict. You can actually see every card that's going to be in the adventure that you're about ready to go on. And grab the tiles that would work best for that. Now that doesn't always work out because there's also the grabbing the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever tiles for placement too. So you want to finish fast to grab those. So there's all this stuff that you're trying to do at the same time in real time. And there's a sand timer that you can flip over to kind of further the how fast the round of building your ship goes, and it's really irritating when you look over and somebody just flips it. You're like, oh, come on. And then you get to see your ship get destroyed and everything. And sometimes frustrating, but a lot of time it's hilarious because everybody's usually getting beat up. Yeah. It's just whoever gets beat up the less or the least. And I will say this, I have always wanted to redesign this game, not reskin, but use the idea of the tile placement. Did you ever play that game a long time ago on like the arcade and stuff? It's called Rampart.
Rampart.
No, wait, crickets? Bueller?
Did you have 4 castles that shoot at each other?
Yeah, and it has cannons. In the arcade, you actually had a ball that you moved with just one button.
Yeah.
Dude, if you could somehow use the same mechanic where you're grabbing tiles, but you're building the castle that way, because originally in Rampart, you move the little ball around, you build your castle, and then you put your cannons, and then everybody you real time shoot each other. Yeah,
that was brilliant. That seems a little before your time, but that's awesome that you know that
one. Right.
Oh, well, fair enough. Oh, dude, that was one of my favorite games to play in the arcade when I was growing up. Because a couple of arcades actually had it. And I believe it was on Nintendo, the original NES?
Or came out in 1990.
Came out in 1990. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on NES. Wow. Yeah, it was. Dude, it was so good. Such a good game.
The NES version came out in 1990? Because it was in the arcade before that.
It was an Atari game.
It says initial release date is 1990, but I would assume, I don't know when the arcade
I've lost track
out.
Of time. We've already discussed this.
Yeah, it came out the same year. It may have come out in different months, but it came out the same year for the arcade release.
Later than I thought. Okay.
All right, so we'll go back to George. What's your number one?
Before I hit my number one, I have to go back as an honorable mention. Since you guys didn't do this, I thought for sure you would mention it. I don't have a picture for it, but it is Escape: Curse of the Temple. Love that game. Where you're rolling dice and moving through a temple to get gems, and then you have to find the exit and get back to the door several times, and it's got a CD that goes along with it, and you're just desperately rolling these dice and moving around and saving each other. So good.
Yeah. It was okay.
It's pretty fun. I don't know if I put it on my list.
I would like to try the Zombie City one.
Zombie 15?
No, it's Escape Zombie City.
Oh, gotcha.
Have you tried that one at all?
I have not. I don't think I would like it as well, but maybe. I'm not into zombies, really. So here's my actual number one.
Wait. A PlayStation 3 port was released on the PlayStation Network in 2007. It's no longer available for purchase. Oh, wow. I got so excited and shot it down in the next 5 words.
That's a shame.
Games based on Rampart are available on the iOS, such as Hostile Tides. Continue, George.
All right. So
I'm totally looking
my
this up.
number one real-time game is Space Alert.
Yep, that's what I thought it would be.
You got it. So, again, Vlada Chvátil coming through for me. And this one is a game where you have a spaceship with a bunch of different rooms on it, and you and your crew are running around all over this spaceship into these different rooms, and you're programming actions, these ABC actions in the rooms to transfer energy or fire the guns or operate the elevator or move the mouse so that your Windows doesn't shut off. And it's got so much humor to it, and it's all pre-programming, but you don't know what each other are doing. You're kind of trying to figure that out, but you're trying not to get into each other's way and be inefficient because aliens are coming, and they're going to eat your face, and they're coming in on these 3 tracks above the board. And there's various cards that represent aliens, and as they're sailing in, they're doing damage to your ship, and you're trying to blow them up, and there's just all these things you have to get done. And it's a campaign game, and you can sort of gain experience and level up, and it's just so deep and such a rich real-time experience with absolutely hilarious results every time, because nothing ever goes to plan, but sometimes it works out, and it's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I traded for this and the expansion, but we haven't.
Are you kidding? You've never played it? Oh my gosh.
I haven't either.
It's just sitting right over there with all my other games that we can't play.
Okay, well, we have to play this one. And it comes with a CD as well, and it's like, the ship's computer system talking to you and saying, alert, alert, aliens coming. And it tells you when to put out aliens and cards and stuff, and then events will happen. But
is there different tracks, or does it always play the same track?
You can select different tracks. But even better than that, somebody made their own custom track that uses GLaDOS from Portal.
From Portal?
It's so good.
It just taunts you the whole time. If you do this right, there'll be cake.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
What if you don't have a CD player?
Then you use your phone. That'll be fine.
All right.
You go to Goodwill when they reopen.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're finished with this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good list. I love real-time games.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I like that. Well, cool. All right, I guess we're going to wrap this episode up. We want to thank you again for tuning into episode 95 of the MeepleCore podcast. This episode was recorded on May 7th, 2020. Please send us questions and comments to meeplecore@gmail.com. Follow MeepleCore on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Check out the video versions of our show on YouTube. And until next time, this is Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple.
Derek Ledford.
George Breden.
Keep on rocking and rolling dice.